amigos of the bay looking for the share.
Ah. I'm just screaming today. My fucking I just gotta get it out of my system. Just gotta get it out of my system. Okay. I gotta get it. You know, sometimes it's in there and you just gotta get it out. All right, chat. Oh my god. You know when you get like news at like a bad time? This was like one of those times. And I was just like you had to, right? Like you had to, like you couldn't. And then on top of that, it's like something that really didn't need this kind of response and it you know, yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. That's what it is. I'm pregnant. Thank you for noticing, Madison. I'm pregnant. I'm due any day now. Literally gonna pass a butt baby through my butthole. Aiden? No, what? You think Aiden occupies any experience? But listen, Medi, I am not covering the Aiden stuff. You might have noticed that. I'm trying to do other stuff that's not what everybody else is covering. Obviously, much to my chagrin, because it does nothing but impact my bottom line. But like, you know, if we all cover the same thing every day, I'm sure you guys love sitting in for the pack watch. It's just not. I don't want to do that. It's hilarious. Yeah, I've been paying attention. I am abreast. I'm monitoring the situation. Okay, I'm monitoring the situation. I'm monitoring situations you couldn't believe, chat. Has Beckett picked a name? No, he hasn't. He's not even going to pay child support. That's why I'm so mad. I'm abreast of the situation. Okay. Look, Chud unzipped this man child. I saw the clips. It was pretty gnarly. Nice skin. Is this what we're gonna do now? Every time I get on live stream, you guys are gonna be like, Diesel, you're looking radiant today. I didn't moisturize today. I like woke up like right before I needed to go to work, rolled out of bed, and like just went. Okay. Like I was not feeling it today. I wasn't feeling it yesterday. It's one of those things where are you clicking something? I'm sorry, I'm clicking a fidget toy. Let me move it away from myself. I need a silent fidget toy for my autistic ass, okay? Also, apparently Papa Cut is getting sued along with Caleb Hammer, so that's a cool thing. Who's suing? Scott Schaefer? Yeah, it's called a ball sack. I'm not gonna be fondling my nuts on stream, okay? That's I have a chew stim toy. I think I have to have something go fundamentally wrong with my life to pick up a chew stim toy. I think I will avoid using such a product for the foreseeable future. Coward. Not for free. I mean, like, holding my balls is like a personal activity. It's not like a communal activity, you know? It's not a communal one. Will you fondle for 10 community subs? Have I debased myself this much that I would agree to such a preposterous ask? uh, yeah. But it's like yeah, yeah. I in and out, be like water. By the way, every day that I come home and my fucking washing machine is on, vibrating every single fucking piece of furniture in my room, I get like a little bit more mad at the concept of washing machines, which is a completely wrong position to have. I think washing machines are a net positive for society, but I am losing my marbles because it's so loud, and the offending parties have enough time to have done their laundry for hours by the time that I arrive. So the fact that they don't is like an act of malicious incompetence. Okay. And here I thought the degenerates were the people you cover. I mean, you gotta mix it up. Diesel, why is your washing machine shaking your house? Because my home is old and falling apart. You can't see it, but just out of frame, there's a humongous hole in my wall. And nobody, I'm not gonna move the camera to show you, but there is a hole in the wall. Okay. Clean your washing machine too. My washing machine is very clean. Okay. His house is made out of rice paper and gingerbread. I wish that I was an understatement, but it is quite the home project. This home, okay. I am the disillusioned Gen Zer they warn you about. Okay, the concept of owning a home completely out of the wheelhouse for me. Every experience I've had with a homeowner has been like, it's nothing gets fixed. I'm gonna complain about it. I'm gonna good energy. Okay. I'm gonna just. Nobody wants to hear Diesel rant about his, like, I'm not working class. What's the one above working class? We've like delineated it into more than just one. I'm like a lower middle class. Like, well, my parents are lower middle class. I'm definitely working class. If one thing went wrong, I would have a negative balance in my bank account. I messed up recently. And I woke up to like my phone alerted me at a transaction. I had accidentally put two charges to I'm paying off credit card debt on top of the student loans because I needed to spend money on my credit card in order to afford paying my student loans. Ergo, I racked up a lot of credit card debt. You see how this is a vicious cycle? So then anyway, the point of the matter is that you're a business owner though. I have negative dollars, okay? I have negative dollars. When you own a business, you don't turn into Donald Trump, okay? You don't turn into the president of the United States when you own a business, actually. All right? One, I haven't gotten a single paycheck. Two, I'm not going to be making like six figures at the end of this, okay? Like, yes, at some point I will make a salary from this, but it is not. I don't foresee me making a livable wage off of this store for the next 3-4 years minimum. Okay. This year, I will be able to pay myself. It will not be a lot. And it will not be a lot for a while because I need to prioritize paying my staff, upkeeping the business, paying rent. Okay. I have to put all of those things first before I put myself first because I can't not pay people to do their job. That's criminal, both morally and literally. This man is Caleb Amber's fever dream. No. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad, right? I'm making conscientious decisions now and have cut my spending in ways. I didn't have a way to not use my credit card earlier. It wasn't my choice, right? I have to spend $60 minimum a week to fill my gas tank. So, it all adds up. But when you guys are like talking to like mom and pop businesses, right? Especially in the first 5 years of operation, those people are like running on blood, sweat, and tears. Okay. This expectation that somebody starts a business and all of a sudden they come out of the gate swinging with $1 million is like, it's not like maybe a rich boomer who's like, I want to do this as my retirement. Sure. Go right ahead. Yeah. You definitely have like the big dick money to swing around. But if we're talking about like millennials or like younger people or even Gen Xers starting businesses, if it's a small family business and you're competing against like fucking Walmart, fucking any of these big retailers, you're fighting for every customer. You're fighting for every seat you get in the restaurant, right? You're fighting for every single little inch you can get. especially if you want to make sure that you can pay yourself. And I'm in a position where I don't need to pay myself right now. But if I was any older or living on my own, I'd be working like I don't even think I'd be able to work enough jobs to live, actually. My dad used to own a gas station auto shop, and I think he told me it took a year to actually start seeing good money. Yeah, we did the projections recently. I won't get paid until 8 months from now. So, but yeah. And yes, I do know about the Aiden drama, guys. I know about the Aiden drama. Here's my reasoning for not covering the Aiden drama, because I assume that a lot of you probably want me to cover it, right? I am abreast of the situation. I am monitoring the situation. Aiden has said a lot of dumb things. I'm not, by the way, this is not sweeping for him. Um, he like wanted to dox Lio's wife or something. I don't know. I'm not like I am vaguely familiar with the situation, okay? I'm vaguely familiar. So please forgive me if I'm not fully up on my lore. Um it seems like Aiden was like a dick to people at like the UK streamer meetup, which by the way sounded like a nightmare blunt rotation, but I hope people had a good time. Aiden shared a dox of Lio's wife. Yes. So there was that, but then also there was like all this other tertiary stuff. Like what? He was. These are all repercussions of you passing him to Spliff. It wasn't me who passed him to Spliff, first of all. It was like Elvis the Alien or like a person who was older than both Aiden and myself. Okay. To be clear, when Aiden arrived, I was one joint and like 12 beers gone. But he stood out. But all this to say, right? I think Aiden was a bit miffed that I mentioned that back in the day. To make it clear, I think it is a hilariously endearing and funny story. And I don't really think anything bad of Aiden in that particular situation. I smoked and drank while underage. Many teens have done that. It is not wrong to have done that. It doesn't make you less of a person for doing that. It's just a funny thing, right? I'm gonna sound old. When I was his age, I I would leave school, right? And there was nothing to do because you live in the middle of fucking nowhere. And so I was going outside and I would hang out. So this is what it was like in a pre-Trump Obama world, right? I would go hang out with my friends, some rednecks, some punk kids. And when I mean punk, I mean like, one of them was trans and was on rollerblades, and another one was basically a fucking dropout doing tattoos, right? And one day the one who like does the tattoos, he said to me, he's like, "Yo, you want to hit my vape?" Vapes has just become a thing at the time, and of course I wanted to hit a vape. How the fuck could I not want to hit a vape? I wanted to fit in because all my other friends either chewed tobacco. We didn't have Zins at the time, or Zins weren't popular. They either chewed tobacco, smoked cigarettes, or a lot of the ones that are like, I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore, started smoking a vape. So I hit the vape. It tasted horrible. It tasted like Fruit Loops or something. And it was awful. I choked. I choked and I choked and I choked. And I never hit it again because it just was like a really bad first experience. Chewing tobacco is fucking gross. Yeah, well, when you're a New Yorker who wants to pretend like you're from the South, you chew tobacco. 100% performative addiction. The addiction is real. The performativeness is the act of doing it. Did you have the carts that people would plug into their laptops? I was in my senior year when Juuls became like a thing, from what I remember. Um, and I never hit a Juul. I hit like a big vape with like the big tincture. It was like a big like fucking MP3 player ass object, and I hit that. And then I went to college. I was like 18. And all the stories I've told on stream about me drinking, I was underage. I was like 18 to 20 in all of them. except like maybe like one or two of the stories. But like the time where I went, there was a there was a time I was 19 years old. We were going out drinking, and so we were stopping at a liquor store. When you live in Massachusetts, you can't buy liquor at a grocery store. You got to go to a place called a package store, right? Like Peter Griffin. So a package store, you go into the package store, and it's a fucking liquor store, right? That's what it is. And that's where you buy liquor. And I had always heard about this thing called Four Loko. So the cops caught us. I had to throw my ID like into the fucking under the car. And I'm like, I don't have my ID on me to like the cops. They're like, okay, sure, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they take all of our liquor. They probably had a great night with it. Packy, get it right. Anyway, I end up finally getting my Four Loko, and I watch like a Medea movie or like a Tyler Perry movie. It was a watermelon Four Loko. I drink it. I get like halfway down to Four Loko, blackout drunk. I just remember crawling around on the floor. And then I remember walking to another guy's house where I hit a bong that was the size of my leg. Okay. And by then everything was gone. And I remember I was in the parking lot of an Eastern Orthodox church. Okay. I'm in the parking lot of an Eastern Orthodox church. I sit on the ground. It just rained, so the ground was nice and wet. And I just puke watermelon green all over the floor. And then my friend grabs me and we just walk back. And I walk back to my dorm, and I go to, like, I'm covered in vomit. I'm literally covered in puke. Um, how do you remember anything? When you get that drunk, you either, so like I remember crawling around on the floor because like I was shown a video of it. But then I vaguely remember like this hazy image of me puking on the floor, right? And then I puked again. We had a walk-in closet in my dorm room. I sat at the floor of the closet, puked all over myself, fell asleep, woke up in my puke the next day, took a shower, got cleaned up. Fucking, I was like fine. I was like fine after that. Sounds like you were possessed. How are you single? What the fuck is that kind of? I can't tell what you mean by that. Yeah, that was the only time I drank Four Loko, man. It was not a good time. I am not going to lie. Like, fuck. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's an interesting one. I might I might need to circle back around to covering that guy, KJ. Thank you for that. That sounds pretty good. You should make a thread in the newsroom. Anyway, point of the matter here is like I can't really, I'm never going to front anybody for like doing that, especially when you're like around that age. That's just like kind of a thing you do, you know? My first hit of weed was through a gravity bong. Yeah, that it was like a really humongous bong. And then the only time after that that I remember smoking weed, I was in Denver, Colorado with Wild Spartans. Some of you old heads might remember that. Wild Spartans, he gives me like a dab. Not like a, he gives me a dab. So like the little pipe, and it's filled with fucking THC wax, okay? And he's like, yeah, you just do this, and then blah, 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 and you smoke. And he takes a little puff. And I do it. Guys, do not take a long drag of the dab, okay? Do not take a long, I took a long drag of the dab. I was high for like 48 hours, okay? It was awful. What an awful experience, all right? I was having like, I was like freaking out. I was so fucking high, all right? And I remember I was calling the woman I was dating at the time, And I called him and I was like, I'm so fucking high. I'm really scared. I don't want to go to the airport security. And I'm in the back of the Uber crying. But yeah, I was like, I might have been 21 when I did that. I might have been. But like everybody going through Denver airport was fucking high as shit. Okay. Bro, I was walking through security. I'm pretty sure the TSA agent was high, all right? It was like when weed was still like kind of a taboo thing, dude. It was before people just got annoying about it on reddit.com. But yeah, all that to say, anyway, I'm getting really off topic from the Aiden thing, but yeah, I have heard like he fucking struck out with Goat Kato or something. Um which like brother, just like real talk, I physiognomy shit and like bro, chicks dig whimsy. Just be a little bit more whimsical. I don't know how you can manage that with all the other. There's a lot going on there with like the Jew stuff, but like I don't really have that much of a strong opinion on Aiden. I just think he's been around for a long time. There's a little bit of a kinship there in that regard, right? Because we've been around for a long time as creators. But aside from that, it's just like the commentary dating a girl in commentary curse is real. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's something I've noticed with like commentary dudes. All these motherfuckers act super performatively heterosexual in commentary. And then the second they're out of here, they're like painting their nails and throwing it back for their boyfriend, dude. All right. So it's like maybe just be a little fruity, brother. Maybe it's okay. I don't know if that's what Aiden is. I don't know. But like I'm sure I'm sure you'd be able to. I don't know. Maybe dudes want the fucking BPD Groiper GF. Speaking from experience, well, like a lot of it is performative. I think when you're younger, you want to be like performatively masculine, or you try harder to be performatively masculine rather than just embodying what you feel makes you masculine and not for a guy. He was getting drunk and going on Discord, never a good thing. I can't even. Debate pedophile son or Groiper daughter. Anton Chigurh with the fucked up hypotheticals. Debate pedophile son or Groiper daughter. Call it. I guess that was more Bane. But yeah, I mean like I don't know, man. And then it's also another thing where all these young guys are in commentary and then they date a girl in commentary, but I feel like a lot of guys kind of want drama to happen, and so they go looking for it or hang out with people that are going to exacerbate it. I don't know. I don't even know if there's like a problem dating women in commentary, but like the examples you guys see are like so minimal compared to the reality. Because I've known creators who date other women in the space, not even just in commentary, but like plenty of other spaces too, even outside of this. And stuff is fine. Like we watch and review the worst on stream, but the reality is that people are just having normal relationships. Even when there's like a falling out, a lot of the times when we see this like Google Doc posted about someone, a lot of it's just like a relationship finally like caved in and these two people were arguing with each other and not being healthy to one another. So it's like we're making it more than what it is, but a lot of this stuff is like a growing experience, right? Where like you're in your early 20s, you have a really passionate relationship. Both of you don't know how to talk to each other like adults. As a result, you guys argue a lot. As a result of you guys arguing a lot, one of you gets hurt. One of you posts something on twitter.com trying to ruin the other person because they feel hurt. Or because it's a guy in their early 20s, they cheat. Or maybe the girl's in her early 20s, so she cheats. And all of that stuff is like fucking normal. I'm not saying that it's like okay to be a fucking whore, but like it's normal. You know, these things happen in life, right? You should be okay to experience these things, and you will not die, and that's okay. I feel like this is an issue of 20-something who started YouTube at 13 something, making mistakes in a very public space. This would be a non-story off of YouTube. It 100% would. It 100% would. The doxing angle is completely not appropriate, but like outside of that, it's like, what am I gonna do? You know? No, it's not normal. It's happening to me, and that makes it extra melodramatic. I'm gonna make a twit longer on how thick your glasses are. Damn right, I'd like another pair. I need to mix it up. Someone said I look like Jeffrey Dahmer. They're right, but I have a problem with their rightness. I just cracked open another beer. What are we talking about? But yeah, we're here today to talk about fucking Hatsune Miku Mega Mix. All right. So I got sent this in the server. I think this was by community member Mercury. Shout out to Mercury for putting this together. Looked pretty fucking weird. So there is a video done on it, but there is this. I cannot believe that we're making commentary channels like this now, man. All right, let's just be. Oh, I gotta say something else, dude. Fucking commentary. When we say commentary, when we're talking about this, like, we're talking about the little chuddies over here in this like little section, right? But commentary is like a really wide genre, right? Like Drew Gooden, Pyro Cynical, and like Keemstar are all considered the same same community, dude. Like that's crazy, dude. Like the fact that those are all like the same thing. Like Nicholas Diorio, Pyro Cynical, fucking Curtis Connor, all considered commentary channels, right? It's such like a bad genre descriptor. It's just commentary is just like a shorthand for person who gives their opinion on the internet, right? It's just like unprofessional idiot punditry, right? It's just unprofessional opinion giving. Anyway, we gotta talk about the Hatsune Miku situation, chat. We gotta talk about the Hatsune Miku situation. There we go. So I didn't know they made commentary channels like this. And by this I mean like this person goes by, they say they're like a BPD woman. Average BPD merchant. I'm very curious. I'm gonna click to see what the rest of her content is like. Is Miku canceled? Yeah, Miku is canceled. Dude, Reddit uncovered a dark secret about a children's mobile game. We need to talk about Hixer. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Dude, I'm discovering places that I didn't even know existed. Roblox Predator, Sims 3. I think there is definitely a propensity to swing towards grooming stories because they are salacious in commentary, though, I will say. Does Bad Apple count as Miku stuff? That's Toho, okay? That's a different thing. That's they're shmups, okay? The True Horrors of Alice Madness Returns. You don't know Hickster and Swimbly Boy? I can't even tell if you're saying real things. Anyway, we'll get into it now. So let's see what this is. There's also some insane fucking messages from this Miku account we'll read later.
New Year, I don't have a Red Bull today because I drank all of them.
I'm so sorry. You're English.
But I do have a little like Rubicon lychee drink.
You'll never meet anyone else like me type girl. This is not the community. The problem here is that like if I threw stones at this young lady, I'd also be throwing stones at my audience because I know there's a lot of you. She does not look like Katie Clisholm. She is just English.
That was awful. I'm very sorry. It's not a great
Why?
start.
Girl, what you doing? Diesel sees a woman. The problem here is no. We're an inclusive community. Oh shit.
For me. I feel like I don't need to get into how much I love Hatsune Miku.
I can't take her seriously. I can't take her seriously. It's like when you go to like the fucking like nail place and they put you in the chair that they put all the other men in while your lady is like getting her nails did, and then you like overhear the lady conversations, and then this is what they are.
Wait, can you? There. I got into Vocaloid when I was like, I want to say 11, and I was obsessed with watching the like Miku Expo videos.
I feel like these people were all invented in the last 10 years. Wait, that doesn't make sense. They'd all be in their 20s anyway. No shit, they were invented in the last 10 years. They discovered that they're human beings with thoughts and ideas, you fucking idiot. I'm literally arguing with myself. What am I doing?
On YouTube. I think like 2016 was my most viewed, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I also have, I'm so bad at, up there. Oh, right there. There is a CD, an Utsupi CD that I got brought back for me from Japan when I was 12 or 13 from a family friend. I also have a random advertisement, like a cardboard advertisement that was in a shop in Japan that just said,
dude, your room is filled with so many tchotchkes, dog. I know it is.
Hatsune Miku
These are
Vocaloid.
COVID baby. COVID babies don't become fucking. COVID babies can't go to the pub still, okay?
And the
this girl is not getting to the point. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna speed her up.
My friend was like, that one, can I get that? And I own it. No, somewhere in my closet. Point being, I love Miku. That's that. That's what I'm gonna say. But before I jump even further, and little warning, major trigger warning as usual for today. Once again, nothing graphically in detail, but there will be themes of stalking, harassment, domestic violence. So if you feel like anything mentioned there will affect your mental health, or you know, you're just not in the right headspace.
I feel like dare I say something? Dare I say something? I understand the need for trigger warnings in many pieces of media. I understand. But if you're clicking on a drama video about the disturbing truth behind Hatsune Miku's largest fan account, can I argue that maybe the audience who clicked upon it is prepared for such strange happenings? Is it not possible? You know, if it was a book, if I opened up a book and I didn't know what the book was about, maybe I could see that. I mean, obviously, if I picked up like a copy of Blood Meridian, I'd know that it's filled with horrible things, and I'm not expecting a trigger warning from it because I picked it up knowing it was Blood Meridian. But you know, like I could see an argument for it. But in the case of many drama videos, I assume at least there's like a little bit of like forethought knowledge.
Hear that, please don't watch this video. I will leave some resources in the description if you have been affected by anything mentioned today. But yeah, just take care of yourself. This is a hard one, as usual, and it's a lot, and I feel like I need to talk about it because it's still ongoing, and nothing's really been done. Unless you're like seeing it on Twitter. I saw nothing. Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter are trying to spread the word so more people know, and I wanted to help with that. But I'm just using my boyfriend's phone to go through a Twitter thread because everything's pretty much collated here. I did have to go on like a Twitter thread downloader because for some reason some of them weren't available in the UK. I don't know why, but it just says this post from has been withheld.
Her boyfriend sitting there on the other side, just waiting for her to finish up, huh?
In the United Kingdom based on local laws. So I don't really know what that's about. So I'm gonna go back and forth a bit because I do have to go to different resources. We're just gonna go through this thread because this thread popped off my feed and I could be completely making this up.
Oh my god, girl, get to the point. It's so true. It's so true.
But I feel like I remember hearing about this like a year ago, very briefly.
Why is abusive blurred? I don't know, man.
Really spoke about it again, but I think people now are just trying to like really push for it because it's been going on for a while and it's happening. But I'm gonna put a
If there's something I've learned recently about the videos I have watched that are for the quote unquote girlies, I'm begging you motherfuckers to like learn to say less. All right, now that will come off as a little sexist. I gotta make it up for this. Hold on, let me do a land acknowledgement.
screenshot up here so you can follow along, but it states a call out to Hatsune Miku. Connor Miller, known as Femto, or he who runs the Miku fan account, has beaten and abused his ex-girlfriend. He took control of the account as a way to mess with her even more. He is now taking action against us all. A compilation of everything. Hatsune Miku is like the Miku fan account on Twitter. They just share like a bunch of, I mean, it's like stolen art and memes, but kind of what like fan accounts do, which you should give credit. But yeah, they just post memes, art, other Miku related stuff for, it's been on for a really long time now, I think. The account itself was made in 2010, so it's been around for a while. And yeah, they have not posted anything about this on their account. They're still just posting memes. The other day when I did check the account,
I mean, why wouldn't they?
Of comments when like that first post popped up, but comments are back now. Comments are back on, and still no work. The first post in the thread.
Okay. all right. So like, this fan account was ran by this other young lady, and the fan account was taken and then used by her boyfriend to harass people. If the actor on the account is acting maliciously in private, why would they ever come out and apologize face forward about it? There's no universe where they would want to do that.
It's back to 2024, which I believe is when I first heard about it. So I probably did hear about it a year ago. The account just @Hatsune Miku and says, "Is this you? He's Femto. Aren't you an abuser, a cheater, and a creep?" They've linked some Discord messages from their girlfriend. The first message from Femto.
Clearly you must be hanging around with new N-words. You got new collars and shit. Why is shit blurred out? I ordered it from Doll's Kill literally a few weeks ago when I got paid. I can show you an SS of the order. I'm sorry, Doll's Kill? Really? God damn. Oh my god. Look, if you know what Doll's Kill is, you know what it is, but it's just like a brand. Very much stereotypical of this entire story, though. Why can't you just find another Tomo and leave me be? Is that really what you want?
States, clearly you must be hanging around with new, you got new collars and this will come back up.
I've been told many times Doll's Kill is just MAGA for goths. Yeah, so they've definitely done some things that are not like appropriate as like a brand, in my opinion. Which is why I laugh.
Twitch, the girlfriend states, I ordered it from Dobsko literally a few weeks ago when I first got paid. I can show you a screenshot of the
I'm actually dying. This girl is killing me, man. Oh, brother. Is there like a, can I get like a Grok summarize this video? Grok answer this video. We're just gonna have to watch it. I was hoping to find a thread.
Order. Twitch replies, why can't you just find another tomorrow and leave me be? And she says, is that really what you want? And the next one is the girlfriend finding out he cheated on her. And he doesn't deny it. He just what you want. And the next one is the girl.
Let's see. Again, I swear, I'm going to have the biggest meltdown I've had all year. Holy fucking shit. You cheated on me and you're not even sorry. And now I can't even. I'm sorry. This looks like, you know when you're like on Reddit and you're like r/Discord drama messages? This is that. All right. It's like, oh, you cheated on me, you stupid baka. And then it's the boyfriend being like, I'm sorry. And then he changes his fucking profile picture to the Tokyo Ghoul guy blowing his head off. Okay? I don't even believe that this couple is met in real life. That's the position I'm taking right now.
Friend finding out he cheated on her. And he doesn't deny it. He just says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Girl, your video is bad. God damn. I'm blowing this girl up for no reason. There's no reason. But girl, you're killing me. We gotta work on it, dude. We gotta work on it.
It doesn't even matter.
I can't. It's fucking making me laugh, dude. You're making me take even less care with this than prior, okay? I'm bored. All right, chatter. All right. Well, let me do a little trolling, okay? Let me find what I need, and then we'll get the fucking thread. In this stream, Diesel yells at a woman again. All right, all right, all right. I'll just look it up on Twitter, aka X, the everything app. All right. Well, that was not what I wanted. Don't look up the name of the guy on Twitter. Don't look up the name of the guy on Twitter.com. Oh, wait, it was right under... Dude, I'm actually cooked. I'm actually cooked. All right, I got it. I'm actually an idiot. All right. Ahem. A call out to at Hatsune Miku. Dude, we're really calling out Hatsune Miku today. You mean X to everything app? Ah, fuck, yeah, sorry. I forgot to give an X acknowledgement. Hunk navigates X to everything app. Dating back to 2024. Read carefully. God damn, this is like fucking really poorly done. Clearly, you must have been hanging around new N-words. You got a collar and shit. Okay, so that was the N-word. I swear I'm going to have the biggest meltdown I've had all year. Holy shit. You cheated on me. You're not even sorry. I can't even. I'm so sorry. Are you? Did you not feel bad lying to me so hard at all? It doesn't matter. If I even am. No. This is a screenshot of a screenshot, man. This is a screenshot of a screenshot. Tech illiteracy like you haven't even seen, dude. Or whatever happens, I'll answer anything. I love that you think this is for attention. Absolutely love it. I just want you to know this is not your fault. It's mine. So if you ever feel regret for anything, just know I know how you feel and it's okay. This guy is a fucking insanely bad manipulator. Perfect, great. So question number 1. Why am I the only person you'll admit to that you beat me? Like, why can't you admit it to literally anyone else? I didn't want people to look at me crazy. Sorry, I was being selfish. Feel free to screenshot this and tweet it out. Okay. But it was okay for everyone to think I was crazy. I'm sorry for putting my hands on you. How old is he? How old are both of they? Both of them. Wow. I'm tired of defending and sticking up for you. For the past few months, doxed name of a guy named Connor has been physically and mentally abusing me. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect, and it hurt Connor and damaged our trust. When this whole wait, what? Are these like children? Is this children? This has to be kids, right? Because I'm reading this. This reads like a child's relationship. Damn, Connor. I'm tired of blah, blah, blah. Connor has been physically and mentally abusing me. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect, and it hurt Connor and damaged our trust. So what did you do? When this whole situation happened a few months ago, Connor called me crying, screaming, telling me he was going to kill himself. I freaked out. He told me he was going to come over to say goodbye. When he got to my house, he pushed past me. locked me out of the room, so I had to break the lock, and I entered the room, and he was trying to take back the things he had given me as gifts. I panicked and asked him to stop and tried to grab my things, so he pushed me against the wall, threw a glass of water in my face, punched me in the chest. I did not call the police. Fast forward, we got back together. Okay. All right. In her defense, abuse is a very multifaceted issue, and we shouldn't hold it against someone for going back to a man that beat her. But also, you read the lines, he punched me in the chest, followed by a period, followed by we got back together, and it reads like a comedy bit. Okay? Trigger warning, they got back together. I did not call the police. Fast forward, we got back together. He started making me feel horrible every night. It was so bad that for weeks every night I was having horrible panic attacks and tried to kill myself. Fast forward more, Connor walks down the stairs fuming at me. I ask him what's wrong, and he proceeded to throw a cup of water in my face again. This guy is getting a comical amount of water to throw at this woman's face. Connor walks down the stairs fuming at me. I ask him what's wrong. He proceeds. No, I read the same sentence again. Slightly strangled me, throw my watch on the ground, and then told me we were breaking up. The next day, I go upstairs to speak to him and talk things out. When I entered his room, he yelled at me and shoved me out as hard as he could and bruised my arm by hitting it with a shoe. At this point, I was told I had 1 to 2 days to move out. But this suddenly turned into a 15 minutes as Connor began texting me, threatening me, telling me he was going to break all my things if they weren't moved out in that time limit, telling me to kill myself, etc. I was scared and at the breaking point, so I told him if he did, so I was going to call the police. He did indeed lock himself in my room and proceeded to start breaking my things, so I called the cops. They took pictures of the bruises on my arm and neck and watch and asked if I wanted to press charges on him, which I said no. Anyway, I just wanted to move my things and drive to Oklahoma to go be with my family. I stopped to get gas, called Connor, and asked him to come and meet me, and I told him I declined pressing charges on him. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This girl's kind of annoying me with she needs to put her foot down and respect herself. Do not, ladies, if there is a man like this in your life, give him no recourse. Period. All right? Do not allow men like this in your life. Do not allow men like this to keep re-entering your lives. When you close the door on them, the door stays closed. I stopped to get gas and called Connor and asked him to come meet me and told him I'm declining pressing charges against him. I got into his car and my behavior in this situation was not okay at all, but I threatened Connor and told him if he wouldn't stay with me, I was going to report him to the police. What? 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 We have quite the change up in the story here. Okay. Okay. Parentheses, I was saying this out of anger, which still isn't okay. I do regret it. To which Connor lost his shit and immediately started driving hysterically and punching me in the face and scratching me, grabbing my fingers and punching them, trying to break them, breaking my glasses and hitting my head, all while I cried and screamed and begged him to stop. I did not call the police again, and we stayed together. A few weeks ago, Connor and I got into an argument. It ended up with him strangling me with both hands this time and putting all of his weight on top of me, so I couldn't move or fight him off. I am not a perfect person, but you're an awful human being.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I should have known about this. You're right. This should be this man attempted to kill you. This man attempted to kill you. All right, look. First of all, she made some mistakes. I get that. Threatening him while he's driving a motor vehicle, bad. Very bad, and I do not approve of that behavior. She is the victim in this situation, okay? Regardless of how stupid a lot of her behavior has been, period. But also, that being said, holy fucking shit, I should not know about this. Oh my god. Hi, it's blank. I just wanted to say I'm sorry how I acted towards you. Connor's been physically and mentally abusing me for really long, like a few months. I just found out he's been cheating on me. I'm really sorry how I acted towards you. I was really brainwashed. I had no idea what kind of person he was. So they sent, is this the, no, this is another girl messaging her. Okay. Wow. Connor is a loser who beat and abused his girlfriend multiple times and threatened to off himself on call with her. This is all public and no sort of doxing, which I do not condone. I am a bit skeptical of that, but okay. Let's see. This is the guy who's beaten people. I could take him. I could take the guy who runs the Hatsune Miku fan account easy any day. Name the time and place. That's what he look. Don't tell me that's what he looks like. I could take him. I could take him. This is not even a contest, brother. I think this is what is this man? This man can't be older than 19, right? This has to be like a 19-year-old man. Joke's on you. He's 7 feet tall and he's got that sleeper build. On God, don't do that. Yeah, he's shaped like a manlet, dude. Dude, get clavicular on him, man. That motherfucker need to do some physiognomy. Like, he needs to chew on one of those like rubber toys to get his chin game up, man. Femto, I'm a criminal. I'm nothing more than a criminal. I have brought nothing but pain to everyone around me. There's a lot you guys don't know. Just that I'm at peace. Screenshot that. This guy... Hello, kitten. I am a criminal. I want nothing more than a criminal. I have brought nothing but pain to everyone around me. There is a lot you guys do not know. Just know that I'm at peace. Screenshot that. A BPD girlfriend meets BPD boyfriend. I would take BPD girlfriend over BPD boyfriend any day of the week. Is this JF now? I noticed that I became French, so yeah, I guess so. Came into I'm sorry. This at Fat Majiggas DMs and time again to harass and blatantly threaten them, and of all people calling them out with false reports, which are totally against TOS. Continue to harass me over and over again. It's literally going to end up getting you banned. Do you realize that? It's not even me trying to threaten you. I didn't even get your account locked. Targeted harassment is against the TOS. What a horrible... was a horrible racist to them in the past. They can't show a screenshot because they're lying.
just like everyone else involved in this situation. You and everyone needs to realize I will block everyone off this account till it has 0 followers before I ever get rid of it or let random people. Why do you? This guy's like, I am willing to go down with this ship. I'm willing to burn the Hatsune Miku fan account to the ground. I will block everyone off this. Hold on, I need to do something. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Here we go. Was a horrible racist to them in the past. They can't show a screenshot because they're lying. Just like everyone else involved in this situation. You and everyone will realize that I will block everyone off this account till it has 0 followers before I ever get rid of it, or let random people lying about me on the internet force me to talk about my personal life, which has no relevance, or to stop posting. Feel free to tweet this like the rest of them if you want to keep claiming untrue things like this person. Like, I get you guys get the most engagement when you incite harassment against my page, but it's also against this TOS. You continue? Dude, he gets a Miku account suspended. Dude, all of these Miku fan accounts are literally dying at the hands of Connor. Do it as Trump.
You're continuing to harass me over and over again. It's going to end up with you getting banned. Do you realize that? I'm not even trying to threaten you. I didn't get your account locked. JD tweeted at you. Did I have a horrible racist past? Probably. They can't show a screenshot of it though. They're lying. Everybody's lying. They're calling you malicious Miku. They're saying bad things about you. When they saw that Miku get shot, they thought it was okay. I thought it was okay too. That Miku was singing where ICE was performing citizen checks. I don't even think that Miku was a citizen. I don't like that. I'll burn this account to the ground. Isn't that right, JD? That's right. That's right. You show me Miku's visa. I don't see a visa on Miku.
She's
That's what I'm saying. She's Japanese. She doesn't even have citizenship. I'm saying ban her. Ban her right now. Tim Waltz, I see that you're harboring Japanese anime girls. I don't like that. I don't like all these Japanese anime girls, Mr. Waltz. I'm just saying, I've seen the Miku songs. Radical leftists. They keep playing her. They need to be taken care of. We're not gonna take the homeland back. These Japanese daycares, where's the money going?
I think we're losing the plot here.
We're gonna build a firewall. We're gonna build a firewall, and Japan's gonna pay for it.
The Trump voice is getting better. I think it was pretty bad today. My voice is kind of strained, so we're improving the plot, dude. We're like, this is a completely other person now. I wasn't looking at the screen. The Trump impression became too convincing. I forgot what I was watching. I need to turn off the heat, man.
The president is sweating his balls off. He's really.
There we go. Well. The reason that Miku is hiding in the Wi-Fi is because of ice, apparently. Oh, shit. Suspended both Sound of Future and Virtual Idol for their harmless call-out. They have a relatively small follower account and weren't harassing anyone. They were harmless. Overall, he's not the best person in this app, and he's gotten away with so much for such a long time. He's masked himself for so long. This thread is not meant to harm nor harass, only to call out. I feel like people are just saying things when, like, look, I think the call out is justified, but, like, you're posting this with intent to do damage, right? Like, there's no universe where you're not. I cannot stress this enough. Where there is so much action going on, something has to be done. Spread this thread around, let everyone know, especially more popular people. It's our only chance to get him accountable for his actions at this point. No, so here's how you get him accountable for his actions. You empower victims to go to the police. And when the victim presses charges, we all act as a supportive community. Okay? There. Twitter is not the police. This isn't just in parody anymore. I need you to help me, all of you. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I mean that with all sincerity. So let's say we get what do we do? Where's the end goal here?
At Axis 1247 became a member. At Axis 1247 celebrates 26 months of membership. Sup, dude?
Hello, Axis. I thought you were gonna say go to the polls. Well, do that only if you understand what you're voting for, but you should probably actually get educated this time because things seem kind of bad. You should all go to the library, actually. We should all go to the library. And if you don't have a library card, you should Pokemon go to the library and get a library card. They're free and or really cheap. Okay? You're going to go there. You're going to start reading things. And you're going to become a civic member of society who understands what they're putting the little bubble on when they go to vote. So that way, when it becomes time for you to vote, it's actually, you know, like an actual thing that you can do with like a degree of understanding.
Seriously though, how many Twitter gimmick accounts have crashed out in the last 2 or 3 years?
Whoa, we need to reset it every year, okay? It's like the 0 accident sign in the fucking Springfield nuclear reactor, all right? This is the first one of the new year. However, I feel as though I'm the next target of a false claim. If I ever get suspended with no chance, please follow these other accounts instead. If this is the end, keep going on without me. It never ends with me. It ends when we bring justice. All right. Listen. I don't want to be that guy. Well, this was January 1st, okay? It was a different world. We didn't kidnap Maduro. It was a different world. Don't listen to Diesel. Google Docs is a women's empowerment tool. Well, you should listen. Feel free to post a Google Doc. It is one of my main income sources, okay? Respectfully, hashtag fuck you, Connor. Dude, can we get the hashtag fuck you, Connor trending? Who's Connor? Why do we hate him? Oh, he's some fucking white kid in Oklahoma. Down with the fake Miku, dude. This is just like Saddam Hussein all over again, man. I hear they're tearing down statues in the town square of fake Miku. Instead of telling me to stop, how about you tell everyone in here to address your faults and prove that it's false instead of pushing it? It's all in the public. We're only telling you about your public faults. When was your personal life dragged in? These aren't. Wait a second. Literally 0% of these have been public faults. These have all been private. Everybody, look, I'm not saying that the domestic abuser is a great guy. All right. But technically, if you want to be particular about it, this is his private relationship that was made public. So it is not public. Hey, I just want to reach out and let you know I am not the one who got those people suspended. They were inciting harassment against me, which is against the Twitter rules. You got them suspended. Got it. I see your tweets. Read my response to Fat Majigga. You are all inciting harassment against me by posting my personal information and contributing to harassment by a stalker. That is why they were banned. I didn't threaten them in their DMs. I tried to warn them to stop. The reason my account is fine because I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm allowed to run this page. And I owe zero explanation about my personal life to random people on the internet who don't know me or understand the situation. Did you need to choke her out with both hands, you fucking psychopath? I don't even know. To be clear, I don't even know if that happened. All right? I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say maybe it did. I don't know. Let's that be the case. Let's see how you post, white boy, okay? Let's see how you post. Let's see. The reason they were banned and I have not, despite weeks of harassment, is because I am the rightful owner of this page and have been for years now. You are blatantly posting misinformation, inciting a hate against someone you don't know. Read the TOS. Please have a good day. No. This is how I know that he did something wrong, because he's posting like a coper, okay? This is like, they were harassing me. They should read the TOS. It's giving sussy, okay? Yeah, guys, if I was so bad, why haven't I been banned? Why haven't I been arrested? Rough estimate, how many subreddits is this Connor guy moderating? An alarming amount. I think we got to get somebody on this. You know, I think ICE needs to stop looking at Minneapolis and needs to start looking at Oklahoma, dude. Okay? I heard posting like a groper. I don't know if that's a misspelling, but also I don't know if it's not a misspelling. All you did was block and no warning. How is that a warning? You have your platform to speak. Isn't that what posting is? Yeah, you block everyone that speaks of this public issue. I mean, would the Hatsune Miku fans that followed the Hatsune Miku fan account want to know that the poster of the Hatsune Miku memes is a domestic abuser? I'm sure they wouldn't like that, but like, I don't think most people engage with Hatsune Miku so passionately as to be worried about who's the person running the account. I'm sure they don't even care. They don't even know this is going on, you know? It wasn't a woman. So Connor allegedly stole the Hatsune Miku fan account and took it over, apparently. But they also don't do a good job of explaining that. So I don't really know what to think of that. Who is this Miku person we speak of? Some of you do not know the old text of which you speak. Hatsune Miku is a bit character from Germa. I will say again, I am not here to harass or harm anyone. Or you. I made this start to call you out and make you address these in public. I'm not trying to harass you. I'm just putting a bomb in your chest and then saying, go ahead, explain this. Miku wrote Harry Potter. That's so true. But like, I like that their entire thing behind this is like, I'm not trying to harass you. I'm just trying to get you to do something publicly. Like, this is such like a tone deaf response. Like, this has to be like a child running this account, right? Like, oh my God, here we go. Here's one of the Miku responses. One of the Miku posts. All right. Here's a DM I got from Hatsune Miku belittling my experience. Shame, CFM Miku EN. You have someone using the Miku name to bring harm and these guys are okay. Clearly, I'm not this passionate about Hatsune Miku. Okay, I know of Hatsune Miku, but this is kind of crazy how much power they put in the name. You know, a great Miku comes great responsibility. You have someone using the Miku name to bring harm and slander to someone who just attempted. Something that has nothing to do with this. I feel, what's like the difference between like attempting and then immediately going on Twitter and talking about how you've attempted? Diesel is Miku's biggest fan. Well, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, you have to accept responsibility when you put on the pigtails. Diesel, can you explain how this will affect Charlie Kirk's legacy? Well, you know, I'm really interested to hear what Charlie Kirk has to say about the Hatsune Miku situation. Strangely, though, he's been really quiet since this came out. I mean, I've never seen Hatsune Miku and Charlie Kirk in the same room. Coincidence? I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just asking questions. In all my 19 years of living, I have never heard the term Vocaloid. Well, that's why, because you're fucking 19 years old, all right? You don't even remember when the first videos were coming up on YouTube, dude. Does anyone even own Miku? She's just a voice preset for software. Whoa, 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 whoa. She's a real person who likes dancing and dancing with leeks, which are a vegetable. In case you didn't know, not the leak like your faucet. So first thing you do after coming back from a literal suicide attempt is come after me. Someone you don't even know on the internet, Lamau. Very attention-seeking behavior. And just like the girl in the video, you are misinformed, but don't care, because it's a good topic to talk about. I'm not going to sit here and type 20-paragraph explanation for you to not post it the way she also did not post it, because it doesn't fit your narrative of, oh, this person is an abuser and hack this account. You're a fool. And for the reason, despite repeatedly being mass reported and harassed, nothing has happened in my account. Because it is mine. It is not hacked. And I do not run it to get back at anyone. The funniest part is you are literally helping a stalker harass me a decade after I ended our relationship. By spinning this narrative further. Decade? Brother, you were like 12. A decade. Were you guys dating in elementary school? You ain't older than 20. All right? There's no way. I will continue to block anyone who furthers an untrue narrative or harass me. You included. Simple as that. I do not deserve to be bothered. Thanks. Have a good day. This guy is like... Well, you know how I know like this guy's like mad? This guy tweets like Trump's Truth Social post.
So the first thing you do after coming back from a literal suicide attempt, if that's what you call it, is coming after me. Someone you don't even know on the internet. Very attention-seeking behavior. I don't like it. And just like the girl in the video, you're misinformed because you don't care, because it's a good topic to talk about. I'm not gonna sit here and explain myself.
Also, just for the record, I'm not calling your suicide attempt attention-seeking behavior. I'm calling you feeding into untrue drama for engagement attention-seeking behavior, because it is. This guy's like wanting to. This guy wants to swing at every female presenting person he sees, but then he can't even help but pull his punches when the time comes. Crazy. Crazy. Weak sauce. Weak.
Weak. He can't even double down on a bad position.
You people care more about RTs than the truth. You're 32 years old acting like this. This motherfucker is definitely 20. This motherfucker definitely 20. Can you drink? Can you rent a car? I bet you can't. I'll tell you what you're not going to be able to do. Afford anything. You run a Gimmick Twitter account. You are definitionally and consequently an F-slur by all intensive purposes. Dictionarily, I look you up in the dictionary and I see your white little broccoli haircut. You are cringe. Posting on Maine. You post pictures of Hatsune Miku. All right? What other things are in your closet, huh, buddy? Also, you make not safe for work art of your character that's canonically a minor. Like, what the fuck are you harassing me for? Did you say intensive instead of intense, Ann? It's been a long day. I've been awake for a long time. Okay. What if I blew up on stream right now? Okay. What if that happened? What if I fucking posted on twitter.com, aka X everything happened? I was the Hatsune Miku fan account, huh? Oh my god. Let's see. There's not a lot of information to prove that any of this happened. Which is really an issue. Because it does put this in a place where it's like, what the fuck happened? Let me try and see if there was something I missed. I don't really see anything, which is weird. These are all there's like no info to prove that any of this happened. Also, I'm sorry. This is the person who posted all of this stuff, by the way, or posted a lot of the information, is... I'm gonna read out the Twitter account, guys. It says baby hellpole devotee meow 17 DMs open. I'm sorry, this is a federal agent. Do not. This account is like a federal agent. All right. One of the main proprietors of all of the screenshots for this drama is devotee meow 17 DMs open. Your local pansexual girl boy failure. And then their account is like filled with images of like fucking porn, dude. All right, like this is a fucking bot account or fucking Fed. This is a Fed. and the 17-year-old is like getting involved in like the sex work discourse, brother. What are we doing, dude? This is a glowy. This is a fucking glowy. And then hi, oomphs. I tried to kill myself again. Get fucking people who are under 18 off of twitter.com. Get them off of twitter.com.
Cash Patel is trying to understand the internet. uh. Did you win, Diesel? I'm not even arguing anybody. I'm just kind of sitting here. You know? I'm trying to see if they've posted anything else. But it's all like there's nothing. Which is crazy that there's so little. Oh, there's more. There's more, chat. There's more. Hey, just want to give you some info. The person who runs the ad Vocaloid, the Hatsune Miku page, and then they dox him as a known woman abuser and sim swapper. Fancy way of saying he steals Bitcoin and OG usernames. I've never heard of that before. I have a few pics of his face, I think. Hold on. And by the way, they said this was public information, but it was actually just that they leaked it and then let it go viral on Twitter. I was friends with a girl he dated for like a year or so. She was telling me how he owns a bunch of ats of things. She really likes it because he's weird like that. I'm sorry, everybody involved with this sounds like a miserable person. All right, I'm sorry. Who the fuck like gets attracted to a guy because he owns a lot of Twitter ats? That's a red flag. I'm sorry, that's like an appropriate red flag. Okay, if you have more than like 3 Twitter accounts, you're sick in the head. 1 for business, 1 for recreation, 1 for pleasure. That's it. I can show a lot of text conversations and some old screenshots of things he said, but nothing involving him literally on Vocaloid because he goes through a bunch of different ats. Connor is confirmed to be racist, since you can see his corny ass white boy saying the N-word when not a single N-word is in sight. Would it have been better if he said it with an N-word in sight? Is that what that means? Let's see. There's a pic of him trying to hang himself in the closet after this convo with his ex. I'm searching for it. A girl had a whole thread about him on her account, but she recently deactivated. But I'm pretty sure I can get her to reopen her account so I can screenshot off of everything. So he's a squatter. That makes so much sense, lol. Like how Fandote got the MLP Discord account and thought he was hot shit. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, motherfucker hung himself. He's like, he's taking a picture with his phone. All right, I got it. And then we read those from earlier. We read all these from earlier. Thank you for sharing this. This guy sounds horrible. He is really awful, but so is the whole community. His other ex, I can't find, but one other girl who has a bunch of stuff documented. He never hit her, was just weird and lied to her a bunch. But she's genuinely scared of him because he was like really obsessed with her, and he would take the other girls to like spots they could possibly run into each other and stuff. It was really odd. I'll find all the stuff there. There's a whole giant thread on him. This is Instagram as well. I'm gonna blur the 2 other girls, and then that's the message that we read earlier.
NF bros have led to women longing for the days when guys would show them their collection of Pokemon cards.
The worst part is that there's definitely people out there who want to see their NFT collections, but I think they're just evaluating the portfolio of those individuals, in my opinion. Let's see. To which kind of blah, being an awful human being. We read that, and then this is woman. I am a criminal. They haven't posted any other information, brother. There's like no info on this guy. They just said this guy's racist and beat his girl, and I believe that he beat his girl. And I believe that he's racist until he's surrounded by people of color where he will get afraid of them. But I doubt any % of this guy is like I just like you need to give a little more. Like this is really like half cocked, you know? It's very half cocked. I guess I will continue to watch this video, but if this fucking girl just keeps meandering through all the points that we just looked at, I'm going to be very annoyed.
Okay, now the next one, just trigger warning.
This fucking girl takes too long to say anything. I'm sorry. Like when all their magic cards are in sleeves.
This is when it gets a little bit more intense, but Femto states, or whatever happens, I'll answer anything. I love that you think this is for attention. Absolutely love it. I just want you to know this is not your fault, it's mine. So if you ever feel regret or anything, just know I know how you feel and it's okay. And she says, perfect, great. So question number 1, why am I the only person you'll admit to that you beat me? Like, why can't you admit it to literally anyone else? And he says, I don't want people to look at me crazy. Sorry, I was being selfish. Feel free to screenshot this, tweet it out.
Why?
And she says,
Like, that's the thing though. Why would he tell anybody else that he beats her?
to me out of the room, so I had to break.
Oh my
I
God.
guess moved out in that time. I stopped to get gas and called Connor to ask
This
him to
is
come
this
with me.
is all.
There are some messages that were with her, and then they add a little account, which I believe is where they got the information from. This is all public and no sort of doxing, which I don't condone. This is a story. And I'm just gonna throw up a picture. Once again, a white man. Saying it.
Oh. Oh. Wait, is this the same girl that tried to cancel Denki Jabbo? No, but I would not crucify you for confusing them. I would not, all right? It's a different one. I think we have more pressing issues than the N-word usage. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, birds of a feather and all that, right?
Lord. This is the first part showing the Facebook is through Connor's own Snapchat. Read everything below. He has multiple different acts of things his girlfriend liked because he's a fucking obsessed weirdo. There's some message screenshots which I believe are from the person they added at the start, just stating, "Hi, I just wanted to give you some info about the person who."
But the thing is none of this is like I want like him sending messages being like, you dumb whore, I'm gonna beat you, blah blah blah, like stuff that's more damning. Like I'm inclined to believe it, right? Given his like denial and refusal and like weird reactions to the situation, which kind of indicate that he knows that he's fucked. But then in the same breath, it's like, this is so half-cocked and bad. I'm actually surprised that, look, I know that this side of the internet does not need that kind of evidence, but like, you're not gonna win me over that way.
owns at Vocaloid that has a unique page.
I could see somebody who's like, you know, young and also not literate at all, assuming that this is me siding with Connor, even though I've spent countless minutes of this stream mocking his caucasity. Okay.
His name is Connor Miller, and he's a known woman abuser and sim swapper. Fans away for saying he steals Bitcoin and OG usernames. I have a few pics of his face, I think. Hold on. I was friends with a girl he dated for like a year or so, and she was telling me how he owns a bunch of apps of things she really likes because he's weird like that. I can show a lot of text conversations and some old screenshots of things he said, but nothing involving him literally in Vocaloid because he goes to a bunch of different apps. And then here we go. Connor Miller is confirmed to be racist, and you can see this corny ass white.
I want her to get into drama, leave, and come back saying, back like I never left.
boy saying, we're not a single, is in sight. There's a pic of him trying to hang himself in the closet after this convo with his ex.
Listen, man. Does that user of that Undertale fan account, can we get a melanin check on them? Because they use the N-word.
I'm searching for it. A girl had a whole thread about him on her account, but she recently deactivated. I'm pretty sure I can get her to reopen her account so I can screenshot everything off of it. And then the following screenshots are the previous ones from Discord, which I read out. Going forward, they said, he was really awful, but so was the whole community. His other ex I can't find.
But like, I haven't... Show it! Give me some evidence! These are just people saying they're gonna do something and then not doing it.
No one other girl who has a bunch of the stuff documented. He never...
Yeah, he's an abuser, but he's also racist. I know, like, the fact that that's the only thing that there's evidence for is just... melanin check.
Her was just weird and lied to her a bunch, but she's genuinely scared of him because he was like really obsessed with her. He would take the other girl to like spots they could possibly run into each other and stuff. It was really odd, but I find all of the stuff there was a whole giant thread on him, and then they send the Instagram DM and the whole notes app.
None of this information is like helpful to discerning how bad this guy really is, outside of somebody saying he's bad and then him saying the N-word. I'm inclined to believe that he is as bad as you say he is, but like, I want a little bit more. Give me a little bit of something.
They end the thread by saying, "You can't hide anymore, Connor. The whole world knows what the fuck you did, you sick."
What do you want? What do we want from this too? That's another thing, dude. Every time I see stuff like this, it's always like a fucking Sisyphean trial where everybody's like, All right, you bad person, we're putting you on public trial for your bad behavior. We want you to make amends. And then the guy comes out, makes amends, and they're like, not good enough. Or the guy doesn't come out and doesn't make amends. Everybody just throws their hands up and go, make amends, make amends, make amends. And then as it doesn't happen and he never like apologizes for his shit behavior, nothing happens because it's just like a Twitter account. Okay. Like you're not getting like none of this is actionable. Like none of you can do anything. Like unironically, I'm not saying it was wrong to make a call out post. Go ahead and make a fucking call out post. Go ahead and do that. It's your right to do that. But like, where's the fucking like encouragement to go like report him to the police or like, it sounds like he's committing a crime. I don't know where, but somewhere. He doesn't sound like he's a stand-up guy. I'm not saying you could just go to the police and be like, I think this guy is suspicious. You can't fucking do that. Okay. But like this, all this stuff about domestic abuse. Why has that never led to anything? Why is it all start and stop at twitter.com as if this is the fucking court system? Hatsune Miku called me a slur. How do I arrest her? You have to send the internet police after her.
And I won't rest a single moment until you're brought to justice, you abuser and racist asshole.
What kind of justice is being brought, dude? What kind of justice? All right, where does the justice come from? That's what I want to know.
After this call out thread, they went into OP's DMs to basically threaten them, stating, continue to harass me over and over again is literally going to end up getting you banned. Do you realise that? It's not even me trying to threaten you. I didn't even get your account locked. Targeted harassment's against the TOCs. And the person who's a horrible racist in the past, they can't show a screenshot because they're lying, just like everyone else involved in the situation. You and everyone else need to realise I will block everyone off this account till it is 0 followers.
Like him saying the N-word is bad. I'm not saying that this little mayonnaise man can say the N-word, okay? But like I want to see like a little bit more, you know? I want to see a little bit more. I want to see some racism.
Ever get rid of it, or like random people lying about me on the internet forcing me to talk about my personal life which has no relevance or to stop posting. TOS. You get engagement from that and like whatever, but I'll get your account locked.
I swear to God, dude. Lewis McClung fell so all of these people could arise. All right? You're so right. Rip Lewis McClung. He took the fall for all of the women of this archetype. Dude, it's just like, it's so like, her like commentary is so nothing too. It's so bad.
I mean, do I need...
Like you can't go like smug reaction and then that's like, oh, that's my commentary. like if he says something demonstrably bad, right? Which there's a lot you could say about that. But the fact that you reduce it to, do I even need to say anything? Like presupposes that your audience like completely understands exactly what you're getting on about, right? Which I can tell you right now, they fucking do not. They don't. You think they do because you think people are as smart as you? Wrong. They're fucking dumb. And you need to explain every little thing. Why is that bad? Why is this suspicious? What about that is a problem? You can't do this.
TOS, lol.
You can't do this.
But, if you keep harassing me, like I know you get engagement from that and like whatever, but I'll get your account locked. I mean, do I need...
Also, a bit like this could probably be like, you know, fucking 5 seconds and you'd be good, but whatever, you know.
Do I need to comment? No, but he did get multiple accounts actually suspended for talking out about this, which with the whole...
We also don't know if that's the case too, right? Because the accounts getting suspended for talking about this, we don't know if they did or didn't, right? Maybe they did, but then doesn't the account need to share why they were suspended with somebody else?
Grok situation on Twitter right now. You're going to ban accounts for talking about harassment and abuse and racism, but your little AI bot is going to make CSAM.
These are not... These are like very separate things. I'm not saying that Grok posting CSAM is okay. I'm not. But why are you saying it like the Grok CSAM issue and the Hatsune Miku fan account thing are on the same wavelength? Okay? They're not in the same ballpark, right? like Grok CSAM is like up here in terms of severity. Hatsune Miku harassment allegations are like they don't even hit on the board, brother.
Okay, the thread
She
goes on.
does keep mewing though. She keeps mewing, dude.
By saying, overall, he is not the best person in this app and he's gotten away with so much in such a long time. He has masked himself for so long. This thread is not meant to harm nor harass, only to call out. I cannot stress this enough since there's so much action going on. Something has to be done. Spread this thread around and let everyone know, most especially more popular people. It's our only chance of getting him accountable for
What is the end game here? I want to know what the long-term game here is, guys. Like, we want the popular people to cover this so that way we can get justice and make sure he's accountable. Dare I say I matter more than the Hatsune Miku fan account? Dare I say that? I dare say. Well, I dare say that I can't do anything. All right? But sure, let's get this white boy accounted for, okay? Let's do that. What do I do? What do I do?
his actions at this point. This isn't just in parody anymore. I need you to help me, all of you. However, I feel as though I'm the next target of a
The Gimmick account, bro. Breaking the Gimmick.
false claim. If I ever get suspended with no chance of appeal, please follow and then link other accounts instead. I can't stress enough how much better for Miku parody they are. If this is the end, keep on going without me. It never ends with me. It ends when we bring justice. Respectfully, Connor, down with the fake Miku. And then he went
Down with the fake Miku, guys.
into their DMs. He went into their DMs and sent more, saying, hey, I just wanted to reach out and let you know I'm not the one who got those people
Like, if we got this Miku account banned, hypothetically, would he not just take more accounts for more things in the future? Does that not make any difference for the situation?
suspended. They were inciting harassment against me, which is against Twitter rules. I see your tweets. Read my response to they're all inciting harassment against me by posting my personal information and contributing to harassment by a stalker. This is why they were banned. I didn't threaten them in their DMs. I tried to warn them to stop. The reason my account is fine is because I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm allowed to run this page, and I always zero explanation about my personal life to random people on the internet who don't
Sorry to bring it back to Lewis, but brother could have had a literal heel character in commentary. Dude had such a unique pirate drip. That was a very recognizable character. Also, he could like outlift everyone in commentary. Jesus, I do feel very bad for Lewis. I think he took his licks and now he can't even like. I don't even think he's able to make a living off of doing what he was doing now. I feel very bad. Like, obviously, you know, you make a mistake, but it's like the thing is like internet justice is like, oh, you make a mistake, you're gone forever and you're never allowed anywhere. It's like, what kind of answer is that, dude? It's not. He wasn't built for it, but I hope he enjoys YT as a hobby. Look, man, normie commentary doesn't require the same kind of standards as like the little chuddy Olympics that is like whatever the fuck I do. All right. And even then, I don't really interact with my contemporaries because I just don't fucking want to bother. I'd rather do my own thing. Because it's just stupid a lot of the time. Like I said, like I don't really give a shit about the Aiden stuff. And I'm not gonna pretend like I do. And if you guys see me cover the Aiden stuff, it's because I want money. So
don't know me or understand the situation. Thank you. Please leave me alone. I've done nothing to you. The reason they were banned, but I have not been, despite weeks of harassment, is because I'm the rightful owner of this page and have been for years now. You're blatantly posting misinformation and inciting hate against someone you don't know.
I'm such a fat fucking chud.
OS, please. Have a good day. Twitch, they state, all you did was block and no warn. How is that a warning? You have your platform to speak. Isn't that what posting is? Yet you block everyone that speaks of this public issue. And then in the thread, they link another tweet stating, this is not inciting harassment nor personal information. Your Snapchat and Discord are public information. And then they end it with, I will say this again, I am not here to harass nor harm anyone or you. I made this thread to call you out and make you address these in public. Have a good day. The thing with guys like this, I have dealt with one in particular, which I think I've mentioned it briefly.
Oh my brother.
But from the ages of like 12 to 17, 18, I had a stalker.
Guys, we're talking about things that are like we're talking about stuff in a tutorial mode as if it's the main game. Okay, we're talking about the tutorial like it's the main game. You know, when you talk about like a life experience and you say this happened to me when I was 12, all I could think was like, you don't know anything.
I had a stalker. It was fucking horrific. He made my life hell. He would send me pictures of my house, pictures of me. I so vividly remember being like 16 and the night of being sent my house, I had to go to school the next morning. And I just remember the absolute fear of waking
Girl lore, yeah.
up and thinking, oh my god, there is like a 10-15 minute walk to the bus stop. And I don't live like, it's not like a rural town, but it's not like a city. And I had to walk past this like big forest tree area and there was no one out. There was a big tunnel which someone got assaulted under. I had to walk that way. And I just remember the absolute fear of waking up and thinking, holy shit, I'm gonna die. But I need to go to school. I need to go to school. He's done a lot more, and I went to the police. And the police said, you know, I just don't know if we can open up a case. Like, if we do, you would just be like another file in the cabinet. Like, we think you've just been a little bit naive in this situation.
God, her fucking face is like the most irritating shit in the world. But Diesel, would you smash? Motherfucker, she's like 20. No.
So, you know, people like this are fucking terrifying, not because they themselves are scary, but they're very unpredictable, and they will
Dude, I know your boyfriend's a fucking amazing Discord mod.
just enact on their whims. Having a call-out post about you because you physically and mentally abuse your girlfriend, and you own
I'm not saying he didn't do it. I would just like some additional information that reaffirms my mental assessment that he did do it. Okay? I want to be able to stand on the fuck Connor train with like destructive evidence that shows Connor is a fuck ass.
multiple acts, like the Hatsune Miku one and Vocaloid, because that was her interests. And you want to fuck with her because of that. And don't even think, this is my interest too. What do you think you want the Hatsune Miku? Shut up.
You were making, dude. You were fighting battles that I don't even know are possible, brother.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
I mean, they'll grow out of it, lol. They'll get some chronic pain and realize internet beef is the least of their problems. They'll join an MLM or something.
Anyway, that's my little rant. But if you go through the thread, there are multiple.
I would like additional context. Yeah, I'm the additional context. Chud Jack right now.
And I mean so many people saying that he's just blocked them. Like, these are all just people he's blocked. Because it's like he's like fucking stalking the likes and retweets just to block people. Just to block them. Which he did say he would do that, but come the fuck on. But I saw a lot of people saying that they were trying to report him to Sega, which I don't know if that would fall under like fair use or something because it's a fan account, but I know there was it like a couple years ago where
So like he's a piece of shit, but he's still just posting fan content. Were you gonna get him to stop posting fan content because he's a shitty person? Tons of shitty people post fan content online.
a lot of fan accounts were getting deleted and like removed in Europe because of like the new thing that came out. But if they're in America, I don't really know how that would work, if anything would get done about that. I know quite a lot of people don't know this, and this is like the Hatsune Miku account on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I'm not calling it that, I'm calling it Twitter.
Do you guys know those TikToks where the fucking British people get fucking takeaway and it's just like brown with brown and brown sauce on it? I feel like she's the type of lady to get like the brown chicken with the brown noodles with the brown sauce, and it's like a quart of food, and then she puts like the curry sauce on it, and you know. Hold on, now I need to find a TikTok. Hold on. Take away. Yeah, the British slop bag. Is this it?
This is really something else. Take a look. This guy
Dude, this guy is just like re-uploading TikToks with commentary on it, dude.
stacks fries with fried rice on top. With
This is
curry
what
sauce
this is what
and
she would order, dude.
fucking sweet and sour sauce that looks a bit like motor oil.
Quote
and
Jeremy
then
Clarkson.
layers it up like a
Brown
fucking-
food. Brown drink.
There's no way. No, I know you guys aren't eating that over there. I know that's baloney, dude. There's no way. The heartburn on that is outstanding. Brown food, brown drink. Chicky buddy chip sandwich, yeah. But that's what I think it would be like. Oh no, is this? Oh yeah, dude. People be posting shit like this, brother. This is hold on. This is a real one.
Chinese takeaway for the Euros final, so come and play it up with me. I like to stick to what I
Hal, I know you're not watching, but if you were doing this stuff in the UK, we got a problem,
know,
girl.
so I usually order the same thing every time, but Callum does usually order something different every time. Two absolute
Like
staples.
this is such
on a
like this is like such an obscene amount of food, dude. Like, I'm an American, okay? And our portions are humongous. I mean, I can regulate my portions because I'm not 12, but like,
Chinese takeaway at egg fried rice and
but
soft
like,
noodles.
this is fucking too much. This is too much.
Then moving on to my absolute favourite, which is salt and pepper chicken, and Callum had a little bit as well. Callum did have beef chow mein, but with no vegetables, which I didn't realise came with noodles, so I had to put his soft noodles back in the tub and then put his noodles on
It's too much, dude.
there, so they had a bit of sauce. We did also have some chips as well, which we shared, and I topped mine off with curry sauce. Callum ate his chips out the bag, by the way. And there you have
Like,
it.
it's either like dry, like that's dry. That looks dry.
That's what we ordered from
All
the
right.
Chinese takeaway.
That looks like mush. All right. It's like no sauce whatsoever. So much sauce it ruins the experience. Okay. That's an African wedding portion. How far apart do you think her eyes are, Diesel? Is there a correlation? Is there a correlation there? Is there some like British? Is there like some British like bullshittery that I don't British stereotyping I don't know that's going on? With the people who ordered this have fetal alcohol syndrome? Is that what you're trying to say? Oh shit.
But I know this is like the account on there, which has it did have like over 430k followers.
That's poop from a butt. Well, okay, Newfoundlanders can eat all that weird fish crap because they're like living in the sad spot. You know, it's like a sad place.
But now it's like down to like 420 some followers. So people are finding this out clearly, but not enough. If you see this account pop up, kindly unfollow, block, and report. That would be it.
Unfollow, I get. Block, sure, maybe. What are you gonna report them for, dude? What are you gonna report them for?
Amazing, because they just want to keep running their account. They just want to keep running their little Hatsune Miku account, even though they're.
So you just want to get the account banned because he's a fuck ass. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works.
An abuser and a racist and probably a fucking nonce as well. Let's throw that in there. Actually,
Whoa! What? What? You can't just call him a pedophile. You can't just throw it on. What are you talking about, you fucking psychopath? What are you smoking, you fucking idiot? What are you trying to fucking get your YouTube channel blown up by a bunch of fucking idiots? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're an idiot, dude. What an insanely stupid thing to say. What an insanely stupid thing to say. Why are you opening yourself up to a shot like that? Why are you so insane? That's an insane thing to do. Speaking of insane things, thank you for becoming a gas station attendant. Maximum. Very, very pog.
I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. A little scary. I don't even think you can walk that back with an I'm kidding, by the way. Just gonna say, I don't think it works that way.
Like they seem like the type.
No! Oh no!
They seem like the type.
Oh, say psych. Say psych.
Don't cancel me for saying that, please. Oh my god. But
Don't cancel me for saying that. Girl, you said it. You said it, girl. What are you doing? We can't go about these things lightly, right? If we want allegations to be respected, of which I am trying to say that I am of the opinion this Connor guy probably did. Okay? Probably did. He admitted to as such in messages, right? He said plenty of nonsense in messages that would make that as such. It would help to have a little more. It just would, right? It would. It also doesn't seem like the victim in this situation seems 100% reliable, which also makes it more complicated. The lack of information overall makes this seem very bad. So we need to tread very carefully. We can talk about these things, right? We can say that this Connor guy is bad, but if we start tacking on new things, it devalues everything else we said. We want victims to get justice. We want victims to be heard. We want victims to be respected, which means that we need to handle it seriously, right? If we want victims to be respected, then we need to take it seriously. It just is what it is, okay?
Yeah, if you have any more information on this, please let me know. I couldn't find a whole lot other than what was already posted because like people are saying some of the accounts had deactivated. So this was pretty much all I could find apart from people like resharing that tweet and posting screenshots of that tweet. Yeah, if you know anything, I would really love to know. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, if you knew about this because like I said, I feel like I knew about this like
It's
a year
like
ago.
watching your channel explode. She's got 10K subs. I'm sure she'll be plenty. She might even be successful at some point, you know?
But it was very hush-hush. No one really spoke about it unless you like knew it, if you get what I mean. But yeah, what the fuck? I really hope this account gets deleted because he does not deserve a platform. Do your thing.
That's insane, by the way, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I obviously don't want to associate with somebody who like beats their wife, right? But like, should a person who beats his wife be kicked off of Twitter? I don't really know. You know, it's above my pay grade, but like, I would argue not, right? You can't kick off that from the Twitter.
I hope you're all okay. Please take care of yourself. Like I said, I will leave some resources in the description if you have been affected by anything we've spoken about today. Go eat, go have some water.
Yeah, an
drink,
implicit threat. Chat, they sent me a DM request with the first sentence stating your video is full of inaccuracies. I just wanted you to know that. I haven't bothered to open it to read it because the rest of it is BS. Which you'd think it was if you make a public statement instead of... Guys, why do you want him to make a public statement? If the fucking fan account makes a public statement, what does that do? It doesn't really do much. I really don't... all that's gonna do is, like, set the account on fire, right? Like, if he made a public statement saying... all of it's fake, all of it's bullshit, all of these people are haters, go fuck themselves, it would still do the same amount of damage as him coming out saying, yes, I beat women, yes, I'm a racist, yes, I hate people, blah, 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 right? Like there's zero answer to him giving a public statement, right? But, like, you get a private statement where he, like, adds more to the conversation, and you're like, I'm not even gonna read it. What are you on about? Well, you make commentary videos. That's... you read that, motherfucker. Read the message. Which, if you think it was, you'd be making a public statement. This is, by the way, I'm sorry. This is like, this is the, if you don't have anything to, like, be afraid of, why are you hiding? You know? Like, why are you hiding if there's nothing to be afraid of? You should just be able to say it if there's nothing to be afraid of, right? Like, this is just that. This is like the woke version of when Nick Shirley walked up to all the Somali daycares and went, let all these grown men into your daycare. If you have kids in there, there shouldn't be a problem with it. Okay? It's the same thing, right? It's like, if you have nothing to be afraid of, why don't you just say it? Like it's not going to move the needle. It's not working. It's a completely impassable situation. God. It's literally de-incentivizing the evolution of the discourse. They want an infinite crash out. They want life ruination shit. Crack theory. Every person involved in this are just feds being bored at work. They're all glowies. We're not that bad yet. It always comes back to Kirk. It always comes back to Charlie Kirk. Funny that, isn't it? Edit. He blocked me, so I can't even reply to it. Lamau, shite bag behavior. Well, you, like, fucking blew him up. Look, I don't think the Hatsune Miku fan account is going to see this. I would be interested to see more. You know, I'd be interested. Hatsune Miku fan account. You must interview with me. I must know. Wow. That was an insane one. Holy shit. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. I cannot believe people sometimes. I don't know if you guys saw it recently. I watched the Channel 5 interview, speaking of Nick Shirley. I watched the Channel 5 interview. Hold on, let me see if I can find
So I watched a Channel 5 interview with Nick Shirley, and I think that, hear me out, I think that Nick Shirley was a pawn of the Republican caucus of Minneapolis to do that video. I 100% think that. She called him a predator and is surprised to be blocked. Yeah, I know. But I've never heard this guy speak, and I think he might actually be disabled.
Captain Phillips.
Hold on. I think he might actually be disabled.
Like, what are they known for?
Africans?
No, Somalians.
Well,
Say the thing that's on top of your head.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm also an American who doesn't know any Somalis. Well, actually, I grew up with a few in Seattle, but I'm not like very in tune with the culture.
Yeah, and so why is 89% of the fraud happening inside Minnesota by Somalians? Don't be afraid to say, what are Somalians known for? When you know the answer inside your head, but you're too afraid to say it.
Well, I just don't know if it's based on a stereotype or if it's
You,
not.
you know
I'm
what
not
they're known for. You said it.
Well, I mean,
Pirates. So you're scared.
I'm not scared. I just want to
No,
I'd have
you
to
were
go
scared 'cause
and
you had to
talk to
think.
them.
You had
I'm
to
not
think.
scared. I don't want to go out and say things about people if I don't know the community. I gotta go to the restaurants.
But
I gotta go
I asked
to
you the
some of
question.
dances.
What are they known?
See, so Nick is like, say it. Say that the thing that Somalis are known for is Somali pirates. And it's like, yeah, that's what the stereotype is, but like, have you met a Somali? Do the Somalis that you meet do piracy? Do they do piracy? No. It's like what you think of in your head versus what they actually do. And it's so fucking funny because later in the interview, Andrew Callahan will ask him, actually better yet, do you guys just want to watch it? Do we just do that now? I'm convinced Nick Shirley is a government plant. I think this guy is too stupid. How did they get him there? Like, I don't put it on. Sure.
My video on the expose of the fraud in Minnesota is the most viewed video ever by a creator, longer than 10 minutes, than anybody other than the name of Mr. Beast. Altogether, it did around 500 million views.
Who do you think were the main people who signal boosted the video and brought it into that true viral orbit?
Elon Musk, who shared the video. JD
I'm
Vance.
Somali. Thuman, did you know that you commit 89% of the fraud in Minnesota, according to this Mormon? By the way, Nick Shirley's Mormon. He's fucking Mormon, guys. Are you kidding me? Of course he's fucking Mormon.
He shared the video. You had the Attorney General, but she actually didn't share it. She reacted to the video a few days later. Literally, quite frankly, every account on X saw that video instantaneously. Health and Human Services, they froze all funding to childcare inside Minnesota, and then they're asking for businesses to prove that they are legit businesses before they give tax dollars to these businesses that are not really businesses.
As far as that main center that you visited, Quality Learning, aka Quality Learning Center.
Yeah.
Was there ever any kids there in the first place?
No. So that daycare center, it's been operating fraudulently. It's actually had over 90 violations over the past few years. And the day that I went there...
Do you think Magic Rocks told him about the fraud? Yeah, I think Nick Shirley put his like head in a Make America Great Again hat, and he read the stones that were inside it. And it was able to tell him that the next Book of Mormon was inside a Somali daycare.
I went there at 11 a.m. Their operating hours are from 2 to 10 p.m., they're not saying, and that's actually not legal.
So you said you went there at 11 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
And their operating hours are between 2 and 10 p.m.?
Allegedly.
But if that is true, would it have made sense that you didn't see any kids there?
Yeah, it would have made sense if I didn't see children there. Either way, whether I was there when kids were supposed to be there or not, why are all the windows boarded up? Or why are all the windows blacked out? Why is there no phone number that leads to...
So I can think of a lot of reasons why you can't see inside the children's daycare from the street in a city. Imagine a creepy guy walking up to a building, trying to look through the windows to leer at all the children that are in there. You see what I mean? I wonder why the windows are all blacked out.
Anywhere. These businesses are supposed to be operating to serve children. People should be able to check in their child there and their children into these daycares. It's literally impossible.
Did you see some of the footage released by CBS Minnesota affiliate station that showed kids entering and exiting the facility?
Yeah, the one on the ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they
yeah,
keep
so
like
that one,
fucking up my
that one
playback
received
speed
over $1
machine,
million.
dude. Hold on, I need to fucking refresh my thing.
My video on the expose of the
So
fraud
you guys
in
need to hear how fucking slow he sounds, like unironically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that one received over $1 million. It's licensed for 40 children. CBS, I believe, they go in there the day after I had posted my video. Obviously, they're gonna have children there when they're getting all this heat.
I take my kids here, 2 o'clock to 10. Yeah, there's a lot of kids inside.
And same thing at that daycare. Why are all the windows blacked out? This is a daycare. Why can't a lady just give me a paper to enroll a child? This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for.
What about that Epstein's guy? Jingles keys. Ah, look at all those Somalis committing fraud.
40 children.
Well, I guess maybe. I'm just trying to think from all perspectives and help you clear up some misconceptions.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure like if you're going with a camera and like 3 or 4 dudes, some of whom were like larger security looking guys, some had face gaiters on, maybe there's a fear that there's like something weird going
Nick Shirley pulling up in a she-steve being like, yo, can I see your little kids?
on, or it just seems unfamiliar and they feel like they don't want to let you in.
Yeah, they might feel that fear, but if they're operating legally, why would they have anything to fear? And
That's literally the same thing. Oh, if you're not doing anything bad, why are you afraid? If you're not doing anything bad, why are you afraid? Like, that's such a fucking bad argument, okay? The only people who use that argument are the same kind of people that want to, like, mass surveil your fucking taint while you go take a poop.
the neighbors around it said they have not seen a child there for 8 years. If you go on Google Maps right now, you can actually see the images of the daycare progress over the past few years. And starting in 2021, the door is boarded up from the image from Google Maps. So I think like if you show that, it's actually pretty crazy to see. And then they move.
Wait, why was it? When was it boarded up?
Image from Google Maps. So I think you like
2021. Would have been when the George Floyd protests happened? When I was in New York City after the George Floyd protests, everything was boarded up. Like you were covering every single business in Manhattan was covering up their glass windows when the George Floyd protests were going on because people were breaking into stores and robbing them.
If you show that, it's actually pretty crazy to see. And then they moved the building and they cut open a door on the backside of the building as well, where they had a quality learning center. One man's been living there since 2017, hasn't seen a single child. And when I go and post my video on X, a lot of people were saying,
Loot for respect. Thank you, Down syndrome, Jesus.
well, Nick, you went during winter break. Well, actually, I went December 16th. School was still in session, so kids should still be going to daycare. The following days after the video then goes viral and gets over 100 million views, they have a person come out and he says, no, we're open. I'm the manager. I'm the son of the owners. We're open. At that same time, simultaneously, the lady who's in charge, the commissioner of children of Minnesota, says the daycare closed a week ago.
Quality Learning Center, which Brown says permanently closed last week.
While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously.
So I film my video, daycare is allegedly open. Then a few days later, the lady says that the daycare was closed while that guy is outside telling people that the daycare is open.
Wasn't this debunked, by the way? Well, if you're like left of center, yes, it was debunked. But if you're on the right, Somalians are stealing millions of dollars. And we need to stop the Somalis from doing this by rounding up random Latino people and putting them in handcuffs, maybe. And also, for some reason, shooting white women.
I mean, it seems like that learning center has had a serious history of violations.
Quality Learning Center, yes.
Yeah, going back to 2020.
Yeah, it's literally not a daycare.
But how could they have violations related to childcare if there was no kids
Wasn't
there?
daycare shut down during COVID? Yeah, but I mean, it was a year later. By then, everything was like open again. White women? Is this like a quintessentially American thing? Do you not know about this, Thuman? Okay, so Thuman, TLDW, an ICE agent basically fucking point blank executed a white lady in Minneapolis.
Yeah, the way they're operating inside of there, they had the violations. Those people are not able, they were operating fraudulently inside that daycare.
But fraud would mean there's no kids, but the violations relate to like poor safety conditions that put the kids in danger.
And so why would...
No, the white people didn't let that slide. We actually have a bunch of civil unrest happening right now. There's been constant protests for the last like week. Okay, it's been really crazy lately.
They be operating, and why would Minnesota continue to be giving them millions of dollars if they're receiving all these violations?
That seems like a really valid question.
Yeah.
Why do you think Minnesota would be giving a daycare center with so many violations so much money?
Well, that same man at Quality Learning Center who was saying that they were open after the commissioner was on the live stream saying they were closed a week ago was also partying.
I had no idea. It hasn't been in the news over here. I find that to be really refreshing. I think Americans think that this news is being aired everywhere, but quintessentially American issues. They don't go overseas.
With the mayor of Minneapolis.
Is the manager of the infamous Learning Center in Minneapolis also one of the guys that was dancing in the back of Mayor Jacob Frey's election victory video? The one that went super viral where he thanks his constituents in Somali for re-electing him last month?
So this guy, so the mayor is partying with Somalis after he wins by hanging out with Somalis that helped him win his election. Could it have just been that he like happened to be there?
So you feel like there's kind of like some nonprofit industrial
Yeah, Jacob Frey is the mayor of Minneapolis, right?
complex type of deal happening.
For sure.
And the agenda is just for people to leech off the government and get free stuff?
81% of the Somalian population inside Minnesota is living off welfare. And 89% of the fraud being committed inside Minnesota is by the Somalian population.
So what do you think the solution to something like that is?
Go freeze the funding. Each business can then prove if they are legit. And if they can't, cut the funding. And so far, no business has sent any information to the HHS showing that they're legit as of today. They've had 3 days to do it. They haven't been able to prove it. They haven't even tried to make the effort to show that they're a legit business.
First it was closed, then it was open, and now we've confirmed it's closed again. That's all after the owners recently rejected allegations of stealing taxpayer money.
Do you trust America and the government specifically to handle our taxpayer funds correctly and properly if they have access to more of them?
No, I don't think any of us should. I mean, just last year alone, over $120 billion were misplaced.
You can tell he worked really hard to memorize these same statistics because he constantly repeats them through the whole interview, which I think is really funny.
So you have a general distrust in the government?
No, I don't have a distrust necessarily in the government, but do I think we should trust the government 100%? No. It's kind of like having faith. Like, do you want to have faith in?
Also, you should not just have faith that your government will appropriately use taxes, okay? We should be like litigious and informed voters. So that way we could just not have faith that they'll send the taxes to a good place, okay?
That God's real? Yes. When we die, will we for certain know exactly where we're going? You kind of walk with faith in a way where you hope that the people that you elect are going to work for your best interest. Do you know for certainty that the best thing is happening inside the country? Every single time you pay taxes, it's going to go to the place that needs it? No. But on that case, do I feel certain?
But that's why you gotta like trust the government that they're gonna send it to the right spot. Yes.
That I know where I'm going to go when I die.
Is this guy like 16? He's 23.
Because of my faith? Yes. But does that?
He's comparing how having faith in God is like having faith in the government. You have to have faith in the government in order to hope that they spend the tax dollars wisely, is his argument that he's making, which I would argue is a hilariously bad way to think about that. You should know where all your tax dollars are going, and you should be able to vocalize what you do and don't have an issue with specifically, because you shouldn't just have faith in the government that they're going to be appropriate with it.
I mean that it's going to actually happen? Who knows until we pass the other side. So, and then another thing is, we as Americans, how should we feel
He sounds like a homeschool 23. He graduated high school and then he went on a mission because he's a fucking Mormon.
Knowing that there are daycares receiving millions of dollars while some families are paying upwards of $70,000 a year for their children to be going to daycare.
Yeah, that's a problem. We should be able to have free daycare. You know, New York is doing that actually. You know, it's crazy.
You heard about the Amy Bach case?
The white lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy Bach acknowledged the government has proven fraud among meal sites and vendors that she sponsored under Feeding Our Future.
Is it too late for me to open a daycare? Is the glitch patched already? I don't think the glitch is patched. But I would advise against it for your health.
But that it was others, not her.
If you look at the probe that began in 2023, as far as like COVID era, you know, scamming and different types of fraud, there's been over like 60 convictions and millions seized from the fraudsters who took the money away.
Yeah.
But you feel like the state hasn't done enough.
Well, Tim Watts has said they've been stopping to fight fraud since 2019, 2026, and they're still having millions of dollars.
Well, yeah, one, these things take a long time, right? Like these things move very slow and they need to get a paper trail and they need to put all these pieces together so that way they could prosecute these things. Andrew gives an example of the times where the government has done that.
And this is like something where the federal government and the state government all have to like collaborate together in order to stop this fraud. It's not like it happens instantaneously, right? If Tim Walz is doing it, if he's succeeded in catching any of it, or the police and federal agents under his control, I mean, the state agents, he's a governor. But if they've been able to, then that's good. If not, then that's bad. But it's like you're gauging it on like an all or nothing mentality. It's like the way that Nick thinks about it is like, if you don't get all of the fraud, then you've gotten none of the fraud. But getting some of the fraud is actually really good. Okay, we shouldn't move in absolutes of no fraud or all of the fraud, because that's not possible, right? These small incremental wins make for a better society.
Being stolen, billions of dollars.
Breaking political news out of Minnesota. Governor Tim...
Is it okay to ask if he's slow? The later you get into this, the more you're like, this motherfucker's actually fucking slow.
Walz, who of course was the Democratic nominee for vice president in 2024, has ended his re-election.
This doesn't look like evil Miku. Have I been fake advertised? It ended earlier. We got to that, and now we're on to the next thing.
Election bid for governor. This comes as pressure has been growing around this widening welfare fraud scandal.
We've got conspiracy theorist right-wing YouTubers breaking into our daycares, demanding access to our children. So I've decided to step out of this race, and I'll let others worry about the election while I focus on the work that's in front of me for the next year.
I have quite literally saved America millions of dollars. That's why you saw the mainstream media attack me instantaneously after I exposed $100 million in fraud. Why would they not go investigate the fraud? Why would they investigate the person who...
So it's not the media. Okay. The media is not ignoring the fraud. First of all, the people who need to investigate the fraud are like public officials and investigators who follow white-collar crime.
Pundits treat trying to stop crazy widespread issues with our government like it's the military yanking Maduro.
I know it's not, you can't just flip a switch and solve these problems. And that's what I'm really saying here when I'm doing this on stream right now. It's like, you can't just take a world leader. I mean, we can, but like not everything is a world leader that you can take.
Investigated the fraud.
Where does that $100 million figure come from specifically?
Yeah, so you had all the daycares. With the daycares alone, you had millions of dollars in fraud. And then inside of the home healthcare businesses, they were warehouse styled and
So guys, when you go to a doctor, have you ever gone to one of those big office complexes that has multiple doctors inside the same building?
Industrialized buildings where you had 14 of the same healthcare companies all working within the building, and they could not even give you a rate.
I wonder why would you have all of these doctors' offices working within the same building? What are you fucking talking about? Hello? Brother, there's like entire industrial parks that are just doctors' offices.
You know how expensive healthcare is.
Why are they gonna give you? You're coming in there with the camera and you're asking for a rate. Well, a rate for what?
They're giving these companies
If I go to a primary care physician and ask how much it costs out of pocket, and then turn around to a radiologist, they're gonna give me completely different things.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's called a practice.
Man, David, who's in my video, he's the one who has the statistics and has the numbers on how much these businesses were operating.
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion.
How did you come into contact with David?
He just messaged me on Instagram and he said, Nick, I have the information about the fraud.
Yeah, it depends on your insurance, copays, etc. Yeah, there's so many things. I was on the phone with my insurance today, and I was trying to like work on getting a doctor for a specific thing I needed. And I would call up the physician's offices and I would ask, what this is my coverage, how much is this going to cost for a visit, blah, blah, blah. But they needed all this information in order to give me anything.
Place here inside Minnesota, I've been looking.
But he wouldn't know that because he's 23 and he hasn't had to buy insurance yet because he's a 23-year-old child.
Into it for years. I have somebody from inside the Capitol who has given me the numbers of CCAP funding. I've been trying for years to expose this fraud. Nobody will listen to me. Please give me a call.
Has he shown you that data?
Yeah, that's what's inside the video. When you see the video and the screenshots of the CCAP funding, that's all straight from the Capitol of Minnesota.
So who is David's source?
David's source, he has somebody inside the Capitol.
So he has somebody inside the government who's his source.
And you don't know
and
who
that's
it is.
public information as well.
Who is it?
Who is the person's name?
Yeah.
The lady's name, I did not work with her. However, the information that was provided, I can't tell you her name right now, but I could find it on X because, but she's also inside the government there inside Minnesota.
But you like fact checked all that and you looked it all up.
Yeah, David, all those numbers are straight from the Capitol.
So the source is this lady in the government.
A couple days ago, Minnesota State Representative Lisa DeMuth said that her Republican caucus had been, quote, working with you ahead of your coverage. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, I had no idea who she was.
I have no idea who this lady is. Well, then who the fuck were you getting information from?
Our caucus has been working to expose fraud.
Because it kind of sounds like they just used the guy to talk to Nick Shirley, and Nick Shirley was like the gullible rube who inadvertently helped the Republican caucus in Minnesota by Nick Shirley being an idiot and not being able to go up the chain to figure out who was giving him the information.
For years, including working with Nick Shirley.
Yeah, it's public information, but I can't tell you her name, and also I don't know who she is.
Minnesota House GOP leaders say they provided the YouTuber with information in the now viral video.
So you feel like she's just clout chasing?
Yeah, that's what I literally put in the reply in the tweet. Her campaign freaked out when I tweeted that. That's the lady who I was referring to earlier in this interview. So her staff was the people that David had received the information from because David reached out, and she works inside the government, so she did actually a good job by doing what she's supposed to do.
I really trying to follow his train of thought here. I didn't work with her. I worked with somebody in the government.
By serving the people and giving.
This is her doing a good job in serving the people by lying?
That information.
Yeah, it says that Harry...
Does that not seem like those are two different things that he just said like 3 different versions of this one lady's existence, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
Niska, a Republican representative who's a staffer for her, was the one who gave the intel to David.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right. But
so he doesn't know where the information came from. He's like, that probably sounds about right, which means he didn't check up the chain who this came from.
On her for actually caring about fraud. Fraud's been taking place for years.
And it's really affected the city on that big of a level to the point where people like David are feeling it.
Yeah, because what they knew is Minnesota is not Minnesota anymore.
As far as immigration.
This is where it gets very, you're like, interesting what you're saying there.
Immigration goes, fraud. They just released a new thing where they're giving people 20-week leaves for work leaves, and they've also raised property taxes. Meanwhile, you have billions of dollars, quite frankly, literally billions of dollars over the past few years going to fraud. It's not a hyperbole, it's fact. Government has shown that upwards of $9 billion has gone to fraud. I would vote for anybody but Tim Walz inside that state of Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you cleared that up because, it's like the same reason that people lost trust in traditional media is because they felt like there was no barrier between the establishment and,
I know Andrew is being like really professional with how he's wording these questions, but I think this is very funny how he's wording this.
Pundits
where he's like, oh, it's because there was no barrier between the establishment. And there's very clearly no barrier between Nick and the establishment that he's working with, but he doesn't realize that he's working for the establishment.
Like CNN was an arm of the Democratic Party, and then Fox was an arm of the conservative wing. So the fear now that I've thought about before, and I'm not saying this is happening, it will probably take like 5 to 10 years, is that somehow the political powers that be figure out how to use the independent creator economy like on a sleeper cell level to do their bidding.
Like they did with Nick.
Yeah, that could happen.
Like with influencer contracts.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, you.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, you saw the DNC do that. All the people that are out talking against me, a lot of them have cut checks from the DNC.
Through like a...
I would love... Who's offering checks, brother? Who's offering checks? I'm waiting.
Paid influencer program?
Yeah, and it's public.
Would you ever agree to something like that?
No, never.
Hell yeah.
Like, why? I don't need it. I make enough money doing my videos off YouTube, and the people that support me, like, why would I ever turn against their best interest?
And you mentioned that the mainstream media has kind of been attacking you since this video.
Dude, well, he's doing it for free, brother. Like, that's what's happening.
What are some of the things they've said? Like, what's their main point of attack?
Yeah, if you listen every single time they bring up Nick Shirley on these news sites or the internet or on their TV, they'll say right-wing YouTuber, MAGA YouTuber, conservative. It's never journalist Nick Shirley. It's right-wing journalist Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
MAGA influencer Nick Shirley.
Yeah. When I interviewed Hunter Biden, they did a RV YouTuber was the one they would use for all like which actually sounds pretty cool. Like I'd want to be that, but I'm not that. and then like a liberal podcaster, and that in the Atlantic said Gen Z influencer. So
yeah, it's just like they're so mad that we have the opportunity, people like me and you, to upload a video and to get more views than them. Essentially, we're a threat to.
I also don't think the Atlantic cares how many views. I don't think they care. I don't think they care that Andrew Callahan interviewed Hunter Biden and he's Gen Z.
Their entire industry. That's why they hate us. That's why they will never give us credit. And so when they see me doing what I'm doing, when they see me get more views than they will get onto their website for the whole entire year on one single video, yeah, it's going to make a lot of people mad.
So-called evidence comes from a man who has posted anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant content in the past. CNN's Whitney Wild speaks to the man behind that video and takes a look at his claims.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley.
yeah. So going back to the first time we met, so what do you remember about that first interaction?
I had just started making YouTube videos again, and I was all by myself. You were going to AmFest, so was I. I was going to interview people about what's happening here inside the country, and I thought I had no idea exactly what I was walking into. I just knew there was going to be a lot of people to interview about what was happening inside the country. I thought it was like called America Fest, so I had no idea what Turning Point was. I had no idea who Charlie Kirk was at that time. It was funny because I'd watched you before on All Gas No.
Charlie Kirk. He's been really quiet. I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's okay.
Breaks, and you're always in that beige suit just moving around and doing your videos, and so I was like stoked to see it was great meeting you the first time.
I remember
That's
I
what's
first
up.
saw you and you were setting up a tripod, and I was like, yo, what should I do? And you told me, you were like, you should go cover the border. And I told you, I was like, I want to go to Nogales to cover it. And you were like, no, you should go to Lukeville.
Yeah.
So you were the one who actually sent me in the right direction to do
Yeah,
those
you
interviews.
actually said, hey, can I get that information? I'd love
This
to
dude
do
has no idea how complex medical costs and fees are. Insurance, Medicaid, Medicare.
Yeah.
It's a complex mess. Numbers from inside the government doesn't mean much.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, he's got like 2 brain cells. He's rubbing them together real hard.
something with you. I sent you the information, and
I think Charlie became a musician or something.
me right after.
Well, now the whole world's going to know that there wouldn't have been a border video without my guy Nick right here.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Was that, so you said you had just started making videos in 2023, but had you done interviews before that?
Yeah, so I had actually started, I've been doing YouTube since 2017 when I was a sophomore in high school. I started just wanting to have fun with my friends, and I started watching YouTubers, and I saw kind of like the lifestyle they lived, and I was like, oh, I'm...
This is a horrible one to pull up, by the way. This is absolutely brutal to pull up.
Fun. I like to have fun. I'm creative.
But that's what he would have been watching in fucking high school, brother. Like, he would have been watching, like, that was what he was watching.
Be entertaining. I could do YouTube. Like, a lot of us think when we're in high school, like, how many discussions have you had with your friends where you're just like, bro, that could be us.
You know, most YouTubers wouldn't come in here and capture this because of political stuff. You know what? I don't care. We're out here, baby. Like and subscribe.
Let's go back to the young Nick Shirley. Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I was born here in Utah, spending a lot of time with my family, friends, playing football, basketball, soccer, track, you name it. Sports was my entire life when I was younger.
True American life.
Yeah, true American life, going to church, getting decent grades, having fun, hanging out with friends, riding your bike around.
Dude, this guy. What a fucking sheltered upbringing, brother. Oh my God.
And you said the church. What kind of church?
Yeah, so member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yep, he's a Mormon. They don't call themselves Mormons. He gets pretty pressed about that.
Is that the same thing as Mormons?
Yeah, but we don't call ourselves Mormons now.
Because of South Park?
No, it's just we're not Mormon. We don't follow Mormon. We follow Jesus Christ. So we actually want people to refer to us and know us as members of the Church of Jesus Christ.
So Joseph
Not gonna happen. You're Mormons.
Smith is not a prophet.
No, he's a prophet.
In addition to Jesus.
Jesus is a savior.
Oh. Okay.
He's also a prophet, but he's also our savior. He's your savior. He's my savior. He's everyone's savior.
Thank you.
He's everyone's savior. There's like a level of sincerity with him that's like really, it's like, damn, bro, like this guy is like kind of innocent.
So what do you think's the main thing people get wrong about LDS?
We're Christians. We're just people who love God and love Jesus.
And love having 6 wives and eating crumble cookie and fucking what is it, like dry humping in bed and
going on missions to Africa where you sing.
And yeah, we do follow higher standards. No drinking, no smoking, no sex before marriage. Go to church on
Higher standards, no drinking, no smoking, no sex before marriage. Wow.
Sunday. Follow the 10 Commandments. Follow the Bible. We follow the Bible.
One of your earliest videos that you now deleted was about some of those loopholes.
Oh yes, about soaking.
Have you ever thought about soaking?
Yeah, soaking. That's right. That was the word I was looking for.
Here at BYU?
Yeah.
No.
Because there's a lot of misconceptions on that, and that's not right. Soaking's not right.
Is it real though?
I interviewed people at BYU, and they might have said it was.
So you think it counts?
It's called soaking? Okay, so like you insert your penis into her vagina, and what you're doing is you and your lovely partner lay on top of each other, and then if you're really, really having a good time, you get your friends to bounce the bed for you. And so technically, you're not having penetrative sex, or you're not like fucking. People are making you fuck by centrifugal force. So technically, you didn't break the rule of no sex before marriage.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Wow, the rumors are true. Kids here at BYU actually do soak.
They soak and they hump.
Definitely.
I think that's like my biggest advantage, that I don't really have many vices, whether it be pornography,
Bro doesn't have any vices.
whether it be alcohol, whether it be cigarettes, whether it be vapes, whether it be nicotine. That stuff doesn't tempt me.
And you feel like living a clean life that way gives you like a journalistic superpower that allows laser focus, so you can just become a content machine?
No.
It's kind of what you're doing.
Well, that's just who I am.
But I mean, I feel like if you drank and partied and stuff, you might not be able to make as many videos.
Well, if I drank and partied, I wouldn't be able to show up to my job at McDonald's.
You'd probably be.
His like standards are so binary. I just love how binary it is. All the fraud, none of the fraud. You drink it all. If I have one beer, I literally will never be able to make it on work at time, like at all.
A McDonald's job if you had.
Would I be? But if you're referring to being on time and all that stuff, and
I'm talking about the sheer volume of content you've been able to produce over the past year.
I'm a highly functioning person.
Yeah, congratulations.
No, dude, guys, he's a high functioning person. He's high functioning.
Thank you.
Aside from the recent stuff, what pieces have you been most proud of since I last saw you at Turning Point USA?
I'd say my Brazil videos, those were very awesome. Going to the favelas, that was an experience that I can't even believe favelas are real after going there. Because I came this close to dying in the bottom of a destroyed house on the top of Rio's biggest favela.
When you say close to dying, like there was a gun in your face?
Yes, and if I didn't pay the man, I would have died.
You think so?
100%.
Você dá-lhe uma olhada que você vai ver que aqui não tem trégua.
Oh, whoa, this is heavy.
É, aqui.
Whoa, this is heavy. To be literally like 18 and around that much firepower and narcotics, around people who have been killing people since they were 10, that like to be so out of your depth is like an alarming thing. Like that is bad.
Entendeu?
People talk about the Johnny Somalis of the world. This is infinitely more dangerous and stupid.
Paz. Sim. Paz para a polícia, fogo.
That guy, after I interviewed him, he got beat up by the gang leader and kicked out of the favela for letting me interview him.
Some other unknown, or perhaps known by some, Nick Shirley lores that you've met deceased rapper YBC Duel.
Yes, I did meet him. It was Brandon Buckingham.
Yeah.
I had no idea who he was.
A special guest right here.
Oh, we got a special guest too.
Listen,
Talk to us.
this is Nick Shirley from Salt Lake City, Utah. The Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. You ever heard of the Mormons? This is the first.
The Mormons. You ever heard of the Mormons? Dude, Nick Shirley is so out of his depth right now, bro. Dude, it's crazy how effortlessly, like, Brandon Buckingham gets the N-word pass, bro.
Mormon, the first Church of Latter-day Saint member ever to be out here in Philly like this.
Just like that. Just like that.
Feet on land.
Look at his sneaks though.
Yeah, so that was an equally, I would say.
I don't think they're the same, but would you care compare Nick to Dylan Burns? Yeah, they're definitely in the same. They're definitely in the same wheelhouse.
Similarly dangerous.
Yeah,
scenario.
no, I'd say the America hoods are about just as dangerous as the favelas. For instance, Chicago, you have armed militias walking around Chicago as well. Same within Philly. Think about how many young people are dying because of gang violence. Like, I loved your video you did in Baltimore about them kind of combating that and showing that like community really can make a difference and people really need to be looking out for one another because it's not worth dying for.
So going back to high school, right? So you said that after high school you went on a mission trip, right?
Yeah.
Where to?
Chile, son.
My name is Elder Nick. I've come to tell you. I forget the rest of the words of the song.
Santiago.
Is that where you developed fluent Spanish?
Yeah, I actually was fluent in Spanish when I was younger. When I was here in Utah, when I was growing up, I was in a Spanish immersion program from kindergarten to 4th grade. Spoke Spanish fluently, moved to Washington. Similar to you, moved up to Seattle area. I didn't practice my Spanish anymore, I lost it. Decided to go on this mission thing for our church, and they sent me to Chile, Santiago, and I learned Spanish again.
What's the purpose of a mission trip?
Yeah, you're there to go share the gospel, the restored gospel of Jesus Christ, and to teach people about Jesus and give them the opportunity to come into Christ. And
hello, my name is Elder Brooks, and I've come to share with you the most amazing book. What a great play,
want to follow, or if you just want to teach them about Jesus, that's all you're supposed to do.
At what point did you start to really take political interviewing seriously, and why did you dive into that realm?
Well, I think when I started seeing people get trafficked into the United States from the border and started seeing mass corruption with inside the government, I just couldn't believe that. I met somebody at the border, she gives me her WhatsApp, and the next day she texts me and she's in New York City. I was like, how is this happening? How are people just being trafficked around the country? How are little kids just coming over here? How's there a 15-year-old girl, or I think she was 17-year-old girl from
How are they getting
Dominican
trafficked
Republic,
around the country? He will then answer this question in a second.
all by herself? How are people doing this, and how's the government enabling this to happen? I remember going to the border for the first time, and I saw migrants coming over the border. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like,
I used to know, by the way, I used to know a guy who did like the security at the border wall, right? And he would say there was a lot of times that, so the way it would work is that he would be on cams. So he would watch the cameras at the border wall at a section, and he would see people scale the border wall all the time, or like get past the border all the time. And he just wouldn't call it in. He would just not call it in. He would just let them pass. He would make a decision watching the people come over. It's like, yeah, they can go. Oh, that looks like a family. Yeah, they can go. Right? And it would just, and that's how.
Shouldn't they be running away?
Wasn't Governor Abbott the one transporting people from the Texas border to New York City?
Yes.
So you feel
That's how they got to New York so fast.
there was mismanagement of
way.
the border on an executive Biden level and a state level.
Yeah. And I think like Governor Abbott, that was his way of like saying like,
I like how Nick is like, Andrew says there was a problem on an executive and a state level. And Nick is like, yeah. And then Nick is like, yeah, Abbott did a good thing. It was like, you were just criticized. You just agreed that the criticism of him is justified for doing that.
to the sanctuary cities, and for the Democrats for just accepting and letting this happen, saying, okay, well, we're not going to deal with it. You guys go ahead and deal with it. And we'll give him a bus ticket to get out of our state or city.
So you feel like migrants kind of became political pawns for the two parties in America?
Yeah, well, we all know, like, obviously it was because they wanted to vote. Fill the swing states.
They can't vote. They can't vote. An illegal immigrant can't vote. How many of us here have gone to vote by American chatters? Okay, how many of us have gone to vote? What do they fucking do when you go to vote? They fucking check your ID. They're like, can I get your name and address? You give them your name and address, and then they're like, okay, you're on the list. You live in this area. You can vote.
The big cities, we would have seen what was going to happen. But thankfully,
they can't. You can't just flood a city with like illegal immigrants and then they change the voting records. Okay, they can't do that. They're illegal. That's what they don't have the ability to vote.
How do you think Trump's doing so far this term?
I think Trump's delivering, especially on crises like the border. I think that's been the major win of this election. Right now, you're not seeing illegal migrants come into the country. Me and you both did videos at the Loopfield border. We spoke with migrants. That was the most inhumane thing that I think America's seen in years, as far as letting people be trafficked into the United States and then bringing them into the system, making them rely on the government, not giving them working visas, putting them inside of shelters, busing them all around the country. Families are separated, thousands of children.
Well, at least he's not blind that the conditions are like terrible, right? Because these people come here and then a lot of them end up like either literally like in camps for like unknown amounts of time, which is happening now, by the way, with like American citizens.
Went missing. The government was literally trafficking children into the United States, trafficking people, incentivizing them to leave their houses in Colombia, leave their house in Ecuador, and then to come to the United States, and you're living in a shelter in New York City.
So is it true that gangs are inside of the Roosevelt Hotel? This is me confronting a group of Venezuelan migrants who are potentially dangerous gang members of the gang Tren de Aragua outside of the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City.
Most of these
He's
migrants
so close, but so far. I know, dude.
came here, they thought life would be good, and they end up getting put inside the shelter and became essentially slaves to the system in a way, where they're relying on the state to give them money, they're relying on the state for housing, they're relying on the state to give them a work permit to be able to work. Like, that's not right. That's pretty mean if you ask me.
Well, I suppose the reason they hopped the border in the first place because the immigration system is so backed up, right?
Well, yeah, there's major issues with immigration here inside the United States, but you just can't walk into the country and think that you're going to be treated just like a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen.
Mm-hmm. Who was filming most of your stuff back then?
Me, myself, and then I also bring...
At some point, this will be the actual selection, yeah.
I bring my mom with me.
Definitely.
She's like a producer on...
But they do pay taxes. That's a really great point, Chatter. I was bringing this up with my brother. You used to be able to, like, because we own a business, we don't have illegal immigrants, but like, what the thing is that they used to be able to come in, work, and then pay taxes. But what would happen now is that the IRS can share information with ICE, and so now they won't pay taxes because they're afraid of being deported, but they're just here working, doing day labor, or like hard labor, or stuff that you or I might not want to do.
The channel, kind of.
So they're coming right now because it is an opportunity for them.
But yeah, there's like an entire system. It's not even like, yeah, like Philosopher said, it's not even like a false SSN. There's like an entire system. But now, yes, believe it or not, they actually expect the illegal immigrants to pay taxes too.
To come, and they are taking that opportunity, and they're coming here. And Nick and I wanted to show...
He was doing it with his mom. Is crazy, by the way.
Because all of America, we just sit at home and watch this on our TV and get angry with it. And we wanted to show like what is truly happening. We have been there.
Did she have any kind of career in content creation prior to you guys working together?
She actually went to school for journalism and to be a...
His Mormon mother went to school for journalism.
I guess. Here.
Did she have a hand in your decision to really like start taking things more seriously as far as political coverage?
No, actually, she actually didn't really believe in like anything I thought politically. But as you know, during like 2020, for instance, I couldn't, on my channel, I couldn't put Trump's name in a title or a thumbnail without the video being demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was no incentive to actually create political content in that time, especially if you're a smaller creator.
Do you think his mom has a membership to Crumble Cookie? Do you think if you become like a senior member of the Mormon church that you get like an executive membership to Crumble Cookie? Oh, she's a stage mom. Dude, his mom is the mastermind behind it all, dude. His mom's got it all figured out. This is like those dads that want to have their like sons become football players. Yes, of course, dude.
Couldn't get the video to be seen by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so you couldn't really make those videos. And then when I did get back from that mission, I could then make videos
Is
on
Crumble
politics.
any
and
good? I've
censorship
heard they're
kind of-
underbaked and really have flavor. They're just like really big, high-calorie cookies. I guess if you were like dying in the desert, then yeah, like I guess a Crumble cookie would be pretty like pog, but otherwise like not so much, you know.
Got lifted because of Elon Musk buying X. People hate on Elon Musk, but they don't understand like what he actually did by buying X. Yeah. Because of him, you're actually able to post stuff on YouTube and not have to worry about being censored or worry about not being able to get the video monetized. Yeah. If you can't get your video monetized, you can't make your videos. And so I think what Elon did really did change the
I don't think Elon had much of a sway on YouTube's policies, by the way.
Our society, because then you also saw other platforms like Rumble follow, Facebook. They lifted their censorship. YouTube lifted their censorship. So without Elon Musk, none of that would have been possible.
So all of these sites changed up exactly what their rhetoric was going to be the second the administration changed. Okay. Like, I don't, in what world did Twitter being bought out by Elon Musk fix YouTube?
Was there a part of you that was wondering why the Trump administration and various allies promoted your expose so hard when they did?
I think it hit the heart of every American being able to see that their money that they pay for taxes is going to fraud. People like to talk about how our money is going to other countries or how it's being used wrongfully, but people can't actually see it with their eyes.
Tactical Templar got banned from Twitter, aka X, the Everything app. I like how I put the aka X, the Everything app, in there. I need to stop, dude. I love saying Twitter, aka X, the Everything app.
And that was one of the first videos ever where people could see that people were abusing the system and taking dollars from the United States citizens, and they're actually not operating a business.
But I mean, I'm just talking about if you look at Google Trends specifically, like the phrase Somali fraud.
Fraud is only okay when committed by Americans. Unfortunately, those Somalis were American citizens.
Borderline non-existent. It just so happens to really kick up through your piece on December 16th.
Yeah.
Which is the exact same day that the Trump administration and Kash Patel released the redacted Epstein files list that by all people was seen as like a disaster with hundreds of pages of blacked out stuff. Was there a part of you that was curious if maybe there was people in the GOP who chose to signal boost your piece as wide and far as possible in a way to distract and move the goalpost away from that?
I don't know. Like if that was their initiative, it probably worked pretty well. But I just posted my
Well, if they were trying to change the discourse, it was pretty good.
YouTube video, and that's the beautiful thing about the internet is you just post and see what happens.
Okay, but the Mormon Church is super wealthy and is tax exempt, so aren't they cheating the system? No, because they need that tax exemption status in order to have their own wealth fund into private equity that they own, into large like fucking financial apparatus that they operate. Okay, they need all that. They need all that so that way they could soak more, eat more sugar, and have 5 wives.
Happens every week. I've been uploading video. To me, that was just gonna be like another YouTube upload. Like I didn't know that it was gonna be the most viewed video ever.
Diesel, what has Miku done? I already moved on from the Miku, you know.
On X, you're trying to say that it was some coordinated attack to get people's eyes away from Epstein, but the majority of the traffic, it has over 600,000. I think it has over 600,000 likes. So it wasn't just Elon Musk who was sharing the video. It was everyday Americans who were showing that video because they're sick.
Hey, what's up, guys? Channel 5 Live.
And it's sponsored by Ground News. I'll show some of the clips because this is a long fucking interview. I forgot it was an hour long. Here we go. Oh, here's where, dude, some of the clips that Channel 5 is posting are the best ones.
Asian, I mean, look at your crew filming right now.
Hold on, here we go, here we go.
Everybody has the same opportunity if you're a United States citizen. Whether you're black, Mexican, Asian, I mean, look at your crew filming right now. You have a Asian, Japanese man, I don't know who he is.
Jacques Fragua, Native American.
You have a Mexican with the face tat.
Look at that Mexican and all the opportunity he's got. What about him?
He's a white American.
So racially
with face
profiling
tattoos,
the
and
entire
he's working
group.
just with you.
Yeah.
So the fact that people think that they don't have the same opportunity.
So like to be clear, right? Every American is not afforded the same opportunity. That is just, it is like to say otherwise is ridiculous, right? Because when I have, let's say, okay, if I had like a lot of money, right? Like let's say I was a millionaire, right? And I had a child. That child is going to be exposed to a different group of people than somebody who's a poor child, right? That's like their parents living on welfare and they're like a working class person. My millionaire child, I will send to a private school. They will be around other millionaire children and their cohort will be wealthier children, okay? They could be black, white, brown, Asian, blah, 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 whatever the fuck, right? A racially diverse group of millionaire children, right? And those kids will have more access to more opportunities because their millionaire parents will run big businesses that can get them an in, or they probably know lots of people because one of the things that happens when you own a business is that you meet lots of people and you develop these connections and you leverage those connections because those connections help you gather more wealth, right? I'll say this, right? As somebody who like owns and operates a business, I've been able to use that as an opportunity to get more opportunities for the business. And you parlay that over time. And then when somebody wants something from me, I'm able to give that in return. Ultimately, somewhere down the line, hopefully, we're both wealthy, and then we could pass on that same luxury to our children who get to start off with even more of an advantage than a child who didn't. Okay? My parents we're pretty working class. I don't know anybody aside from my brother and I who run a business. None of my friends run businesses. A lot of them became working professionals, right? Which is like a step up from what my parents were able to do. But you don't get access to everything right away. Nobody has that kind of access. I don't have billionaire friends. My life would be different if I had billionaire friends. My wealthy friends give me expensive gifts. They do, right? And I'm sure they would give me more opportunities. I've gotten jobs from wealthy friends because they're wealthy and they're able to do that. It's not the same, right? So the problem is that there's economic disparity because the cost of living is high. That's not the only thing. These are multifaceted issues, but that is one way that we're not all afforded the same opportunity. Yes, we all have the same 24 hours, but if your 24 hours, you spend it starving, you spend it trying to keep yourself warm, then your priorities and your ability to make economic mobility is going to be very different than somebody else. How's the shop doing anyway? It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. A simple way I heard it, a cop catches a teenager speeding. The result of that is going to be the same for a white kid versus a black or a Latino one. Yep, not going to be the same at all.
They can't go create a lifestyle they want. I don't believe in that. Everybody has.
But yeah, it's not like an equal amount of 24 hours, right? Because different things end up becoming priorities depending on where you're at. Here we go. Here's the this one was pretty bad.
By not saying anything about the death of Charlie Kirk as well, I thought that was pretty messed up. In a way, he's somebody just like me and you who was making videos, putting it on the internet, and then people literally killed him. I thought that was kind of messed up of you to not publicly denounce what happened to Charlie Kirk.
I did.
I never saw anything on Instagram.
What am I supposed to say?
You never shared anything.
I interviewed the guy who was debating him while it happened, and I mentioned a bunch of times that it was horrible and it represented like one of the worst pivots in American politics ever.
And I didn't even watch the interview because I didn't want to watch that.
So Andrew did say it was bad, and then Nick is like, well, I didn't want to watch it.
Well, you should watch it.
I don't want to.
Why? It's historically relevant.
It is historically relevant. I did lose respect for you when it felt like you went silent.
Well, you should watch the video because I say some stuff in it.
Okay, cool.
No, so over the course of the interview, Andrew pushes back on some of his positions. And as a result of that, you could see like Nick kind of get a little combative, but like that, he completely fell on his face with that one. Where's another one? Those are probably the funniest. Him talking about the fucking pirates, saying how the Somalis are like, they must all be pirates. God, that was fucking funny. Journalist who doesn't want info. Well, he's really more or less focused on just getting clips. Like Nick Shirley, he's got like 2 brain cells to rub together. I do kind of feel for the guy because he kind of seems like not all there. I mean that very seriously. I'm very sincerely. This is not me doing like I'm not like doing some lib clip chimp where I'm trying to make him feel like an idiot or something. It just seems like he's not all there. And it was a very funny watch, honestly. Because there are just some things in it that Nick says that you're like, Jesus Christ. They do that? They make people like you? I didn't know that. You know? But it was a very interesting interview. And I thought Andrew Callahan did a very, very good job. Kind of putting to screws, but asking the right questions. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. But yeah, I got very off topic today, but I'm gonna fucking go to bed because I got to get up early tomorrow. I have an appointment. Speaking of health insurance, but I'm gonna go get the EB to sleepy so the doctor says that I'm healthy, wealthy.